Welcome back to Numbers on the Board.
Numbers on the board, yes!
We here. On today's episode, we're doing a good old classic all-time NBA draft, but there are some stipulations, there are some teams, and
This one on steroids.
It's gonna get weird. It's gonna get weird for sure. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel. Links in the description to the other YouTube channels that you can follow, whether it be the Checkup, whether it be the Enjoy Basketball channel. We'll be doing some variety stuff. All is in the description. How we doing today, boys?
I'm feeling pretty good. How you feeling?
Chilling, man. Chilling.
I like the soccer jersey thing that you be bringing to the show. It's a different look.
See, I think there's like a hierarchy when it comes to the jersey, the casual wear jersey. And hockey's like number one. I mean, soccer's number one. Hockey's like number two for me.
Okay.
Love a soccer jersey, man. And this is the Real Madrid Ronaldo jersey that came out a few years ago, specially designed by a guy's name who I cannot pronounce. So shout out to him. Shout out to him.
What you got over there?
You talking about what I'm sipping on, or you talking
Everything. What's your whole aura right
I was
now?
really digging them shoes when I walked in.
About
Break us down.
You're like 6'6" today.
I'm like 6'6".
Yeah.
You think I look taller?
The
Them
platform
shoes,
kind
yeah.
of.
They definitely got that big bubble bottom. They used some new Air Maxes. They
That's
just
big
dropped
bubble
like
back.
last week.
Bubble bottoms?
Huh?
They used to call me that back in the day.
Bubble bottoms?
Yeah.
And then I just put on some all black with it. Just nothing. Some slight.
I
What you
like
got
how y'all
on?
both
What's in that
also
cut?
got haircuts.
It's
did.
mocha latte.
From where?
Great American Bagel.
Oh, okay. Look at you.
Yeah.
I ain't, some slight in way over your head.
I like the Jordan
with the
graphic
Jordan on
tee.
there. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I was wearing in way over your head. Way before y'all or something. But before it blew up.
Oh.
It just came in to the crib, so I ain't read the full shirt. Then you throw the J's on. You know what I mean? Something slight. I see Mike over there with the Pele.
A little classic.
Some of my favorite little crew necks.
Some crazy eights.
Yeah, I need to get some more just basic shoes. I got a lot of like shoes that they got to match with something crazy,
Yeah.
and I don't know. I didn't get no new pair of ones.
That's what
I
they
was
used to
like,
call your crush in high school.
crazy
No, hoodie.
hoodie.
Yeah,
Why?
because she gave the whole crew neck.
Oh,
That's crazy.
What?
You got dropped the mic today?
I do. I wanted to ask y'all. I think the team that I'm kind of like most curious about, because I want to see where they land out west. But can the Grizzlies really just like hop right back into the mix? I want to ask y'all your
Can
thoughts.
they? Yeah, they can. Will they? That's a tougher thing. I think the Grizzlies on paper, they match up extremely well with a lot of different people. They got almost a little bit of everything, especially now getting Edie, more size in the front court. I just like the fact that having those guys back, it just kind of set everybody in place. But the one thing I will say is it's been a while since we've seen them at full strength, and I don't think that the league is the same on a conference. I think the Western Conference is like extremely, extremely better than the last time we seen them. Last time we seen them full strength, the Thunder wasn't the Thunder.
No. The
So-
Timberwolves weren't the Timberwolves.
Yeah,
Both of those, they were both playing teams last
Yeah.
time.
So I think the question is how far are they a step behind after this year? Because again, Josh should be coming back mostly. The whole team should honestly be mostly healthy.
yeah.
And when they were healthy, they were like a top 2 to top 3 team in the West. So it's basically how much of a step did they lose with that 1 year?
I mean, also some of the teams that were good when they were there have now regressed. The Warriors,
The Lakers.
the Lakers,
Clippers.
the Clippers. So like, there's still room for them to jump back in. So like, they do have that going in their favor. So I could definitely see them come. I wouldn't be surprised if they were a top 6 seed in the West.
Yeah,
They should be a top 6 for sure.
I think so too. As long as they're healthy, which is a thing for Ja, he always misses like 20 to 30 games a season. So as long as he's healthy, it should be good. They feel kind of small though,
With Desmond Bain,
with Desmond Bain and Marcus Smart and Ja Morant as their top 3 guys there. Like a lot of these teams usually have a 6'6", 6'7" wing defender. They don't really have that. Obviously, Marcus Smart won a DPOY. He's no slouch there, but he is obviously oversized. So that's one thing. And they came to the realization over the last 2 seasons that Jaren is a 4, so they need a Zach Edey or they need a Brandon Clark to play alongside him. I think they're gonna be pretty damn good.
That's
like
my
if the
favorite
over-under
part.
is at 48, which I think 48.5 was the last one I saw, I would bet the over. I think they could be a 50-win team again.
My favorite part about this team is the depth because everybody is back now. So we talked about it before, but Vince Williams is now off the bench. Gigi Jackson is off the bench. You still got Luke Kennard. Brandon Clark is healthy. they're gonna have a lot of bodies coming off the bench, being ready to contribute for the times where some of these guys have absences. So
Scottie Pippen Jr. too. Who
Scottie
looked
Pippen
really,
Jr.
really good in summer league.
maybe can be their new Tyus. We'll see. But yeah, no, I like the Memphis Grizzlies. It's just so tough because you have those top staple teams. Like I know the OKC is gonna be up there. I know the Timberwolves will be up there. I have to give respect to the Nuggets. So
The Suns are better.
the Suns are going to be good. So
47.5 is their over-under right now. I would smash the over on that. Like, we're going to do an episode once we get close to the season of, like, guessing over-unders and stuff. But 47.5 feels like a layup. That might be a lock for me once we do that episode.
It should be. It should be. I mean, they were.
we say that
easily-
now until we look at every team, and it's looking like the over is intriguing on every team. And then we got to tell ourselves we can't pick over on everybody.
You can't
Right?
have 12 teams with 50-plus wins
Yeah.
in the season.
Yeah.
I mean, out west, they're all be close to having 50. A lot of them be very close. Like at least the top 1 through 8 or 9 teams, they be close to 50 wins.
Yeah,
Because last year the Warriors had 48 or 46 wins, and they
46.
so they're right there.
yeah, it's going to be one of those seasons where it's all jumbled up, where 2 games at the end of the season can be the difference between a 4 seed and a 7 seed, which is what we want.
Hopefully we don't see none of that trying to lower in the seeds so you get a better matchup.
No, they can't do that no more.
Nah.
It's too risky. You lose one game, you
It's
fall
over
out.
with.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's over.
Putting yourself in the play-in would just be so stupid.
Yeah,
And just to
too much variance, man.
just to get your ass bust too. That's embarrassing when you try to pull a fast one and you still get
Like the Cavs.
Well, they won that series. They tried to get Orlando. They got Orlando, and they won.
They got by.
They
Bronze
got
with the MVP of Game 7.
yeah, MVP for
Yeah,
the
it
Cavs.
Yeah, they literally got lucky because Franz couldn't make a shot.
Yeah.
When you look at the West, though, you have OKC, Denver, Minnesota, Dallas, Phoenix, Pelicans, Kings, Lakers, Grizzlies, Warriors. There is like a real 10 there. And then we all kind of curious about what the Spurs are going to look like, curious about what the Rockets going to look like. This is going to be a very interesting year. We don't know what the Clippers are going to look like. Because it's like, yeah, the Clippers on paper, they did take a step back, but we always talk about, if Kawhi can be there for a decent portion of the season, you still have to give them some type of respect in the conversation because they're going to be all right on defense.
Mm-hmm.
Ty Lue is going to coach a good defensive team. And if you have, James Harden facilitating and Kawhi Leonard being your first option, you got some other things that can sprinkle in there with Norman Powell, Derrick Jones Jr. and those guys. So
What if Kawhi comes out and gives us an MVP season?
it would be a great for the NBA.
That would be just like if they were a 4th seed with that roster and he's just like playing at a first team All NBA level.
What do you
would
think
just
the
be-
likelihood of that is?
That's a great question.
The likelihood of it
On a
probably
percentage basis.
38%.
That's a pretty big percentage.
Yeah, that's higher than I would have probably went.
What were you on? 17,
I would have
15,
probably went like
9%?
21%. 1 in 5 shot that he does something like that. Just because it's outside of his character at this point. Like the last time he did something like that was the 2018 season when he
Yeah.
finished top 3 in MVP, or 2019 season, one of the two.
I want him in the playoffs
Mm-hmm.
at this point, and the Clippers got to get there first. But I felt like the last time he had a healthy playoff run, he won with
Won
the
a championship,
Raptors.
yeah.
Ever since then, it's like he hasn't hit that same pinnacle.
And
Yeah.
the last time before that, he had a healthy championship or a healthy playoff run. Didn't he win a championship too?
Basically,
Because
so,
Zaza stepped in underneath him the year
Yeah.
after,
in the
and then he had the
conference finals.
quad injuries here and there, and then he just missed a bunch of time. So when he's played in the playoffs, he's been the GOAT.
That's actually
Fully
yeah,
healthy in the
I
playoffs.
know. That's what I'm thinking. Like when you say that, I think it's literally might be true. When that Kawhi has been fully healthy throughout the playoffs, he's
I think
probably went on
in
to
the,
win
in the
it.
bubble they got knocked out and he wasn't healthy.
Good point.
Yes,
I was
yes.
gonna say I think feel
22,
like
yeah.
that's the only time
Yep.
I've seen him where his team got knocked out and he was still playing on the court.
Yes.
Yeah.
Blew a 3-1 lead, knocked out too.
Yeah, that was bad too.
yeah.
That was super bad.
There was so many blown 3-1 leads though in the bubble.
And it was Denver both 2 times, right? Denver did it to.
Didn't Utah do it?
I think they did it to Denver, right? Didn't Denver come back on Utah?
Yeah.
Oh, that's how that went.
Because
And then
him
they
and
got
Jamal
the
Murray were
Clippers.
going
Yes,
50
yeah.
point here, 50 point there, and then they did it again to get to the conference
They
finals.
couldn't do it against those
Bubble
Lakers.
so
Lakers.
though.
Against the
crazy,
Lakers.
man.
You want to do another?
That's your favorite time of
I was
life.
gonna say we got to bring it back, but no, don't bring it back.
Yeah, I always say that like the pandemic was a very tough time, but it was nothing like life ever. Like
Yeah.
we were just in the crib. Hey, we finna do the podcast 5 minutes before. It's 9:55. Like, oh, let me throw on a hat real quick. Hey, y'all, welcome back.
Y'all get,
still
and then
staying.
afterwards, y'all get on Warzone. Bet
Yeah,
I'll
we
talk
get
to you
on-
in 3 minutes.
Yeah, literally. Finna get on
Ain't no
Uber Eats.
commute or nothing. Commute is from my bed to my desk.
Those was the days. Some interesting news occurred over the last day or so. AJ Griffin, 21 years old, reportedly considering walking away from basketball.
Yeah, I read an entire article about the stuff. I didn't realize how much stuff was going on behind the scenes with his life. He had, I don't want to misspeak, someone in his family lost a 2-year-old. I don't remember if it was his
Okay.
sister or something like somebody lost a 2-year-old. And it's been like a big dispute on whether or not it was neglect or it was an accident. And I can imagine how much that takes on the mental health. There's also like in that article, if y'all know AJ Griffin, big time Christian, speaks about the word on his TikTok and on Instagram, everywhere. He's a big time Christian. But I guess it's been over the top in a way. And all of those things combining, and then just some stuff off the court. I hope he gets the help.
Injuries.
Injuries.
He's always dealt with
Because I mean, his
injuries.
rookie season, he was pretty damn good.
He
Yeah,
was.
he was.
He was really good.
And then he fell out of favor once Quinn Snyder ended up coming around, and then he got traded for like
the
the
Rockets.
46th overall pick, and we like, oh, that's pretty low for him. And now the Rockets got another dude under 22 years old that they got to care about, and I guess they probably knew a little something before we did that he might not end up reporting and might take some time off. So
It's a tough situation, man. We're seeing guys kind of get pushed out of the league at 21. Like you said, there's a lot of personal stuff there. But I would imagine that if AJ Griffin was a part of a rotation, this probably wouldn't be that easy of a decision. You know what I mean? I'm sure it does not help when you are 21 years old. You fell out of the rotation. You have injury history. Then you got traded, like you said, to a Rockets team that has all of these guys. He damn near a vet on the Rockets at 21. He's not even a youngster really that much over there. And so yeah, it's just super tough. And we're seeing a lot of this. We're seeing like a lot of the guys that were like young players or are young players. I just seen a whole article of a bunch of guys that's going overseas. It was like an article of like all of the NBA players that will be going overseas next year. And some of these guys are young, like Darius Baisley, they said is going to play in China. I can't imagine Darius Baisley being any older than 24, right?
Mm-hmm.
He still has to be a young player. My boy Javon Quinterly, JQ Jelly fam, he made a post like he's stepping away from basketball. He was a social media star with the Jelly fam, and things didn't really go his way on the college level. He had a couple injuries or whatnot. He made a post like, to a lot of people, I'm a failure and different things. Then like, nah, no way, not a failure at all. Incredible young career, even though you didn't necessarily get to the NBA. But the NBA world is kind of it's going to a place. Not sure where it's going or what's the outcome going to be. But it's kind of crazy to see so much young talent either like you have to quickly boom, or it kind of is like, but like the boom or bust saying is kind of more prominent than ever right in front of our eyes. But at the same time, there's not a lot of vets either.
Yeah, I was literally about to say we see people around 30 years old or whatever, and we'll know that like they're still valuable role players, whatever, and it's be like they just can't find a team. So and so will retire early, and it's just like he could be hooping still. It'll be 2 years down the road, and we'll see it. We'll be like he could still be hooping for
still
that
hoop.
team. So I get your point, and it is both ways where the young players I feel like are expected to be very good in their first or second year, or they're just looked at differently.
Yeah, I was thinking about this yesterday. I think I saw like Isaiah Thomas post something that he wants to continue to play
For 3 more
NBA.
years, right?
Yeah. And I was like, some of these dudes that have like retired, I was like, they could still be serviceable in the league. Like, you can't tell me that Boogie and Dwight can't be backup centers for one of these starting bigs in the league. Like, they could do that just fine, probably. And
Even if they're not, I don't think it always even have to be the backup big though. When we were I don't even want to say when we was growing up, but like not that long ago, you can have a guy like that just be in the locker room.
yeah, same. Yeah, that's also what I was about to say. Like, just even Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas can go be in a locker room with one of these young guards and like help them. Like there's so much stuff. I think Carmelo could still hoop. Carmelo was still able to play basketball during that last year with the Lakers. He could have got a job. I just think he just didn't quite fit what the Lakers wanted. Like, I don't know. I just think it's weird that like the vets kind of get treated so harshly. They kind of get blackballed essentially out.
I wonder. For Isaiah Thomas at least, if he get on the team, he want to check in and get some buckets. He want to go hoop. But nah, we don't really be having that voice in the locker room like that.
Yeah.
I remember specifically they would sign people for the locker room as a locker room guy. That
John
used to be
Walker-
one
yeah.
guaranteed
There's a
spot.
few of those across basketball. Like James Johnson is that right now. James
Yeah.
Johnson got a contract in the middle of last season after Giannis was trying to fight the team. And he got a new contract this year. We do not expect James Johnson to touch the floor this season, but he's on the roster. And they're few and far in between. Like, obviously, Udon is the biggest example, having a 20-year career where he didn't check in for the last 3 of them. But he was so important to what that team was building and what that culture. It's these general managers are like, we want to take a shot at the 19-year-old, but if the 19-year-old ain't good by 21, so be it. We're going to get a new 19-year-old to come into here.
Yeah.
And like the average lifespan or career span of NBA players, I was just looking it up, is about 4.5 years. And that number has gone up and down throughout the course of history, but it's when in the 60s, the average career span was like 2 years, which makes sense. They were all fucking mechanics on the side. And like, actually, I'm making more money fixing this car than I am playing in this association. And now it's obviously higher than that, but it's still dipping lower. Like it's trending downward, where the average NBA career might be in 2 years. It might be just 4 years. And then after that, it might be 3.7. And we like, what are we really doing here? Where those vets aren't really on teams.
I would love to hear the thought process behind it from a GM. I wish we need to get a GM on here.
What about an internet one?
What you mean?
I'm an internet GM. I also don't pick up 35-year-olds in my videos, so
Yeah, no,
can
I
ask
want,
me the
I want
question.
a real one because it makes sense on 2K. But it's like if y'all invest in so much in these young players and y'all only giving them a couple of years and they're not doing anything, who do they think is supposed to show them the ropes? Because I think a lot of times that's all the vet is there to do. When I hear a lot of these, shout out to podcasts and the internet, because now we have so many different platforms where we can hear voices from all around. It used to be where you only heard the stars, but now you could just go and turn on YouTube and the knuckleheads did an interview with, I don't know, Bonzi Wells, or, just anybody. And a lot of these guys tell their NBA stories, and there's a lot of love. There's always a vet or two that they really, really got a lot of love for showing them the ropes. Or Evan Turner was just on Jeff Teague's podcast, and he was talking about, who was he talking about? He was talking about Lou Williams, how big Lou Williams was, and some advice that Lou Williams gave him that kind of turned his mindset around. He said Lou Williams took him to, he told him, they landed somewhere, and he told him, meet me in the lobby in 10 minutes. Not a choice. Like, you don't, like, mandatory. You don't have a choice. And he said he go down there, they go to like this bar, and Lou Williams order like 8 shots. And let's talk. And he basically was telling them, like, you got to start having fun. Like, this becomes so much of a pressure to you that is showing, and you're not having fun no more. And he was just basically telling, like, you can't take this shit home. Like, all of the shit, the drama and the circus, all of the NBA stuff. Because Evan Turner was a 2nd overall pick, a lot of expectation, but he went to a really good 76ers team, a lot of frustration there, lack of playing time and everything. And he was just saying how, like, he didn't even know if he was going to have a contract. Go from being the 2nd pick to everything in your hands to kind of being on the outside of things and just having a vet to lean on in a time like that. Or to even show you how to be a professional. I hear a lot of stories where it's like, man, this Kevin Willis was 42 my 2nd year, and Kevin Willis taught me how to be a professional. You know what I mean? Being on time ain't being on time. It's being there 30 minutes before or an hour before.
A common thing that I hear is, obviously, you have your rookie year, and then a few years down later, you learn how to be an NBA player. Like, it's just a whole different world. And again, they're super young. I mean, these dudes be coming in at 18, 19 years old, and this is before you even just learn a lot about how to handle the world and how to handle money and how to handle situations. And to not give them that time to kind of learn or even have people to teach them, you're not setting them up to be successful.
Yeah, it's a setup for failure.
Yeah.
And then then everybody now you got social media and podcasts and then media has expanded. And then everybody sit around and they just trash the player. But it's like you gave an 18-year-old or 19-year-old who had 1 year of college, who played about, let's just say 30 games. And now you're throwing them into the NBA, a league full of grown men, 82 games, millions of dollars, and then they have nobody to show them. It's like the person that they're learning from is 22. So
He's doing the wrong thing, too.
Reed Shepherd is going to go to the Rockets and learn from Amen Thompson.
They got one of them guys.
They got Fred.
They got
Jeff Green.
And they got Jeff Green.
So that's one of the teams.
The Rockets have done it right. The Spurs have also
They're
brought in.
now doing it right because there was a time where John Wall was saying
there's a 4-year period.
you had Jalen Green learning from Kevin Porter Jr. is what John Wall was telling us.
and now the Spurs are doing it right now.
Well,
They got
Chris Paul, Harrison Barnes.
Yeah, but also I feel like the Spurs, in a way, they kind of have a culture that pop and steals and everybody, and kind of like it seems like that team always has it going right, no matter what they have going on over there.
Yeah, I just feel it's just an interesting thing because I get it. You do want to invest in a young talent. If you have a young talent, of course, if you see the potential there, that makes all of the sense in the world. But I agree with Mike. There's no sense in investing in something and you're not going to put it in its best position to reach its fullest potential. I just don't understand that logic of the NBA. And it just seems like every year we go by, we just see another guy who was a one-and-done player with so much potential. And it's like, man, what happened to that dude? I like that dude. I thought that dude was going to be all right.
And now with the new second apron stuff, you're probably going to see it a lot less, too. Teams are going to be very stingy with where they putting that money out now.
Like, what's about to happen with Ousmane Dieng on the Thunder? Are we ever going to see Ousmane Dieng? Like, what's going on? Because now they're not like this young team. That team is a real deal team that could win the Western Conference. So now all of that experimental minutes that he could have had for development, that goes out of the window. Those are now Caruso, Aaron Wiggins, Isaiah Joe, who they extended.
Yeah, if he's not in the rotation by December, he's not going to be on the team next year.
We can predict he's not going to be in the rotation.
Unless he just do some crazy jump in this offseason. He out there working his ass off 8 hours a day.
And then whose spot does he take?
Yeah. I mean, they just have so many
I
picks.
can name.
They have so many draft picks that no one's going to really be able to come in there and fully develop, I don't think.
Oh, but even before we get to them,
Yeah.
he's been on a team for some years now. And
What's it been, 2 years?
Going into year 3.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they just did the same thing with, like, Giddey, right? Earlier in the season, they made it a point that we're trying to win and not develop. So, Josh Giddey, you're not closing out certain games. And then we got to the playoffs. They said we want to see what we got. They found out that Josh Giddey wasn't a part of the future. Boom, they shipped him out for somebody that could be a part of the now and the future. And I wouldn't be surprised if, because there are GMs across basketball that will probably be very interested in Ousmane Dieng and his 17 minutes he played in the first 2 years of his career. But it's a good point, though. It's a good point because not only that, they got 3 more draft picks coming in the season. So it's like, okay, do we want to try to develop the 21-year-old Ousmane Dieng, or do we want to go out there and try to get whoever the 13th overall pick might end up being, and so on and so forth?
last year they wasn't they was
With a
good,
stash
but
pick,
they
too.
wasn't as nearly as good as they will be this year, I think. And that's saying a lot because they was real good. But he played 33 games at 11 minutes per, on that team. Now you add Isaiah Hartenstein, Alex Caruso. You've extended Aaron Wiggins and Isaiah Joe. So you got Shea, Dort, Caruso, J-Dub, Chet, Hartenstein, Isaiah Joe, Aaron Wiggins,
Wallace.
Casey Wallace.
That's 9.
That's
deep.
9. He's not gonna be in the rotation. Utah can't buy up everybody. They got they gonna run into the same problem. Cause I'll be looking at oh man, everybody could just go to Utah. But then I'm like, oh man, wait, no, they got Bryson Sabag still. They got Taylor Hendricks they gotta figure out. Keontae George, Collier. They just drafted Cody Williams. There's a lot. There's just a lot going on.
I don't think Utah want to groom their own picks or anything like that because every time they always trying to get somebody else star. They we're in the market for a star. When they have all these young players, they need to have some type of direction. I always feel like they reach and talking about we'll trade Walker Kessler for so and so when you have a whole plate right there.
Yeah. Danny Ainge be like, man, either I see it or I don't. Walker Kessler had a good rookie year. I ain't like his sophomore season. He's on the block. You gotta show me fast. But based off how the Celtics look, he know what he doing.
Mm-hmm.
He know what he doing. Because a lot of other GMs, I think, would have traded Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown wouldn't have lasted.
Yeah. Yeah, I
He
think
saw
about that
some.
very, very often because Jaylen Brown was in trade talks with Kevin Durant a few years back, and then on a whole different level because Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are both top 15 players in basketball right now. When people talk about the Cavaliers, right, they need to trade Jared Allen, they need to trade Evan
Garland.
Mobley, whatever they need to trade. I'm just like, can you think about when the Celtics were that young, if they made that harsh decision to trade one of their stars and not try to figure out and let it develop? Because at one point we were talking about, like 3-4 years ago, talking about Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum having overlapping skill sets.
Mm-hmm.
And then they both diverted and advanced their game in different spots where there's no longer overlapping skill sets. They actually match very perfectly. And with the Cavs, I look at them being 22, 26, 21, and 25, and I'm like, they're all so very young that, yeah, you're probably going to have to make that decision, but there's no reason to do it right now because these dudes are still developing. And since their star player, who is Donovan Mitchell, don't seem to be in that much of a hurry to go win a championship right now, then let's chill. Let's see how Evan Mobley ever develop that jump shot. Because if he do, him and Jared Allen can play perfectly.
Yeah.
So why make that decision right here, right now? Can we have a coach that is able to use Darius Garland in a way we know he can be used? Maybe Kenny Atkinson is that. So let's not trade Darius Garland right now. I feel like a lot of people believe that a lot of these teams are boom or bust, it's championship or nothing. But I'm looking at, it ain't a lot that the Cavaliers can do to compete with that Boston Celtics team in a 7-game series, even if they do trade those dudes. So it's okay for this to be a year to be like, let's figure out what we have before we make that harsh decision. And that's how I feel about a lot of teams in basketball right now.
Yeah, I think I wish a lot more teams thought like that and just understood the value of just having a really good team. I think the worst thing to be is stuck. And when I say stuck, that's where like majority of your team is 28, 29. There ain't a lot of the potential is kind of gone.
There's no financial wiggle room either.
But like when I look at the Cavs and stuff like that, well, guys that are like still extremely young, Garland and Mobley and Jared Allen ain't old by any means, and neither is Donovan Mitchell. I'm not always in a rush. Now, when there's something out there, the stars align, then you have to press that button.
Right.
But yeah, it does feel like there's just such a rush constantly, and we getting so much so much movement year by year. We almost competing with, like football seems like a lot of turnaround. Every year you got to, if you ain't like a diehard football fan, you got to lock in during the offseason and be like, oh man, Derrick Henry played for the Ravens now. And the NBA is getting like that.
It's
where like
somebody-
if you go to the barbershop, next time you go to the barbershop, if somebody in there talking basketball, they not going to know some of the big moves. Because it's just like,
it was actually I was at the barbershop yesterday, and my barber always got like YouTube on, and he was playing something. But it was like they were like recapping the 2021 offseason or something like that. And they was talking about Kyrie being traded. And he was like, oh, wow, they already talking about trading Kyrie after that? And I was like, nah, this is old. And he was like, oh, damn.
Yeah. It's hard to stay completely locked in because, we do get so much player movement. I think it's fun, but also can be detrimental because it's cool to come up here and be like, damn, we got a big-ass trade. Let's do an emergency episode. But also I think about, like, playoff rivalries and stuff don't really exist because even though the teams might be the same, like, damn, this roster look completely different than 3 years ago, the last time they played. So it's not that much of a rivalry. Yeah, the fan bases might hate each other, but I can't say, like, I'm trying to think of an example of a rivalry that might have had. Either way, it's just hard to have those rivalries. Where in football, I feel like they're more engraved, and even with the player movement, a lot of the stars are pretty much staying the same. So it's like it's going to be Lamar Jackson versus this quarterback because those two dudes are always going to be there.
I think the Warriors-Memphis one might still always it's still there.
Even without Dylan Brooks being on the team? Because Dylan Brooks felt like he was the big
there's
catalyst.
no
for a
Dylan
lot
Brooks,
of that.
there's no Klay Thompson, there's no, well, the Grizzlies have a chance to get back into that, you dig, but even then, it was tougher to call that a rivalry because the Warriors is better.
And it only lasted a season. Basically one.
Warriors
one time.
ain't even take them serious. It was like the little.
The
Suns,
LeBron.
Mavericks, but that's
they were
mostly
pretty
like
much LeBron.
Mavericks D book, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's more so player rivalries than it is team rivalries. I think the Knicks Pacers it might go into
Because
that.
of WWE.
Oh well, that too.
Yeah, we got to see because I don't look at the Pacers as a rival.
I think Knicks
get their ass.
76ers are probably better of a rivalry.
That's like a
76ers,
division
yeah.
rival type.
Because they're
Knicks,
so close to
Celtics.
each other. You take one train ride, it could be at both games every game in a series if you really want to.
It would have been real good if the Nets and the Knicks could have been good at the same time.
Yeah.
But the Nets was real good with KD and them, and we was putting it together. Then we got good, and they sold the team.
And now the Sixers might be in New Jersey.
I keep seeing that. Yeah.
But it wouldn't.
It wouldn't happen till like 2030 though.
And it also wouldn't change the name or anything. It would just be similar to like What football team is known as New York but don't play in New York?
What, the Jets
Is that the Jets?
or the Giants?
Somebody like they would still be the Philadelphia 76ers. Their arena would just be in Jersey. You know, just like because they can't come to a deal on renewing.
Yeah,
their
Oh, well,
license.
it's more so a deal with them with the city.
Well, that's ass.
Yeah, it wouldn't be much.
I don't
different
like
other
that. If you
than-
move, you go.
You
got to
rebrand it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be the New Jersey Sixers.
No,
I thought it was gonna be the New Jersey. Darrick, go get that coffee.
It would still be called Philly, even if they're right outside Philly.
Shout out to Philadelphia. They're a team that had some patience as well. They tried many years with the Ben and Joel, and hey, it ain't turned out the way that they wanted to. But the patience allowed them to draft a guy like Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah, I mean that whole thing happened because of one play. Like if Ben Simmons makes that dunk, that team could probably be so different.
It's one play in the post conference after.
Yes,
Doc Rivers
But
and them
if- yeah,
talking
and-
about it, and
and if he dunks the ball, that post conference probably doesn't happen.
yeah,
Like it's so crazy how.
What if Matisse Thybulle and ones it?
I think it's a different conversation
Yeah.
too.
That's so crazy.
Yeah,
Or like Matisse, it's so crazy to see that you could see like where that
Or-
team completely
or-
broke apart.
Or all of that could have happened, and Ben Simmons could have been like, "It's on me, my fault,"
It moved on.
and moved on. Or it could have been that simple. It could have just been that
I
simple.
think Ben Simmons was more so hurt of what happened at the press conference with Doc and Joel kind of
and
throwing
it
him under the
wasn't
bus.
just that moment. He had a very shit series where he went a
Yeah.
whole half without scoring or doing anything multiple times in that series.
I think you can be.
it just boiled over with that moment.
I think you could be offended and hurt and still take some accountability. I don't think it has to be extreme sides where I'm either accountable or I'm hurt. It's like, no. Oh, that's how y'all feel? Hey, bet. Say less. Say less. But I'm still petty. I'm still bogus. But say less. Say
Yeah.
less.
I could look at it in two ways. Like,
Because they had a game after that. That
Yeah,
wasn't the end of the
game
series.
7. They had one more
Yeah.
game.
You just bottle up, go. We win this next game. We win this series. And now when I'm at the press conference because we won, oh yeah.
Wait, was that game 7?
Nah, that wasn't game 7.
Was it game 5? Because they won game 6. Because if he did that and they won, then it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? So it had to be either game 5 or game 7. I'll double check right now.
What you saying though, Mike?
I feel like in that spot you got two positions. You could either look at it as in like
It
this
is
a-
game 7, KB.
Oh, it's GG.
This is one of the lowest spots. Like we just lost game 7 and we supposed to be a brotherhood and y'all trying to like turn on me. Or it could be like I have to understand how severe this situation is and everybody gonna be frustrated. But like we gotta still move on. We still a team. So I think it's a positive and a negative way you can look at it. But I don't think he was that open-minded to kind of be like, we still can rock together. You know?
Now it hits a lot different for me based on what I said, finding out that it's game 7.
Yeah.
Because it's hard. That's why we was talking about football. Like
Matisse split those free throws too.
yeah, Matisse blamed it. He took some blame when he talked about it because he didn't make both. He's like, if I make both free throws, maybe it die down a little bit. But
This team is kind of shit.
um,
They were starting Seth Curry and Furkan Korkmaz.
they were.
Curry used to be
Oh,
on
because
Buckets.
Danny Green got hurt.
Oh,
No.
Danny Green got hurt. Because remember, Danny Green got the Trae Young assignment out the gate for whatever reason. Trae Young was torturing his ass, and we was all like, "Why you just didn't start with Ben? Doc, you got
And
one
I
of
think
the
they put PJ,
perimeter-
didn't they?
Huh?
That's when I think PJ Tucker's on that team.
Nah,
he just wanted to take.
he
Trae
came
Young.
with James Harden.
The Dwight.
Oh, yeah,
Howard.
he did.
But it's like football because that was game 7. We was so I don't know if you was in a party, but before Tua got hurt, he was throwing these interceptions. He threw a pick 6.
Yeah.
And me and KB was talking about like how crazy it is, but you got to sit with that. Like the NBA, I can go out and have a 2 of 14 performance, and then the next night have 35, and then we kind of forgot
Well,
about it.
I swear I always hear announcers when they be announcing football say that it's like when a QB throws a pick, they'll be like, nah, he got to go sit over there. He got to go stand over there on the bench, and he got to kind of like think about it until he's back.
For sure.
until
But
he's
now
ready to
take
show.
that
Yeah.
and Tua threw a 3 or 4,
He threw
threw
3 picks.
3 picks. He has to. He got hurt, but even if he didn't get hurt, not only sit over there and think about that, he has a week,
10 days because it was a Thursday night football game. So he had 10 days to
to
just,
before he can
let's get healthy too.
redeem.
Please, man.
No, let's
Retire.
retire.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
It's got to hurt. And you probably, I don't know if you was going there, but like to lose in the playoffs and you got to think about it for the next 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
It hurts during It hurt during our runs when I lose in the first round.
You
And
damn
that's-
near rage quit 2K. You
You rage
deafened and
quit.
then went to Fortnite.
You rage quit went to the Fortnite and then went to the builder and was making Ben Simmons builds.
Yes, you were.
And I had to, somebody said it in like the voice thing, and I went over to your Twitter like, no,
Don't make-
I
Yeah, I
was,
had to
watch,
tell
I
him,
was
don't
watching
make
him
that
make
build,
it, and
bro.
I was like,
Don't.
this build has. I was
That
like, did he
build
forget?
sucks.
I thought he forgot to put stuff in his shooting.
I'm like, don't.
So to sit
Don't.
with the fact that you lost, and maybe it was like it's a team thing.
Dude, the
but
Kawhi Leonard shot had to hurt so bad because you got to wait 5 months.
For
And you
do-
played good.
yeah,
Yes,
you
you
did.
played
That was
good.
just like
and you probably got to go on the internet, and all you see the boom boom, like you see
Yeah.
it everywhere, bro.
That one hurt a lot too because you couldn't tell the Sixers they won't win the championship.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't tell them. They had Ben Simmons at his best. Joel, that wasn't his best. We didn't know how much better he was going to be playing. Jimmy Butler, Tobias Harris, and J.J. Redick.
the
Yeah,
ones
that's like
that's
the
got to
greatest
hurt.
J.J. Redick
The
season.
ones that I know had to hurt was Tobias 0 points.
Oh
And
my God.
Klay
man.
Thompson's 0 for 10, 0 for whatever he
0
went.
for 10.
And like that could have just prolonged your season right there.
Yeah.
The
The
yeah.
Tobias one is so awful, bro. I
Yeah.
rewatched some of that game, and he's
Which game
just
is that?
nothing. That's
Let's get the
literally the
Knicks?
last game, of the season.
Shout out to him. Shout out to
Greg-
Tobias Harris.
Yeah.
Man, that was nice.
Greg Popovich had to sit with that, taking Tim Duncan out the game.
Which
Oh,
series?
for the rebound?
Oh, yes.
He had to sit with that.
Yes.
And then he had to come out in Game 7 and had to deal with Bron with his back against the wall, and just
Yeah.
it was GG's at
But you
that
see
point.
what he did?
What do you do?
He came back and bust their ass.
Oh yeah, he did. He
came
did.
back, but
He
that's
did.
what you do.
I think that was the hardest thing one of the hardest things you can do in sports. You lose on that caliber where you
And
don't
then-
get the rebound, goes overtime, you lose and lose in game 7. But to come back and not just win a championship, but dominate your way to
Yeah.
the
the
championship.
same team.
There's a mini documentary about that season from the
Yeah, there
Spurs
is.
themselves that's like beautiful. And they talked about how tough it was to get over what they just lost in order to do what they did. But
That
everybody
mental
bought
hump
in.
had to be crazy. But they were such a veteran poised team that it probably wasn't that hard for them to get over it. When you got Manu, Tim, and Parker in that locker room, who's already been through a lot of these things,
all one name basis right there.
they
He called him Tim. I ain't
they
heard
got
nobody
all
say
they,
Tim.
they was able to
Parker.
get that team back together.
Parker. You think we talk about a white guy from
Peter
Idaho?
Parker.
Parker. But yeah, seriously. And that, I mean, if I was running a team, those are the type of things that I would try to sit down with my staff and try to figure out what type of tests, what type of things, drills could we do to kind of dissect the mindset. Because I think that's a part of the game as well. As much skill and athleticism you can have, we talking about with like Ben Simmons, that's my dog. I love prime Ben Simmons. But the mental aspect you have to take into consideration. I love Paul George, but there's been times where it's like some of these guys, they seem fragile. And I don't mean to say it in a disrespectful way, but that's just what it seems like.
you
I don't
gotta
know these
tell it how
guys
it
personally,
is.
You want
but
to know something that really tests your mental?
Kobe Bryant is not the most athletically gifted or best player we've seen, but I think mentally he was a step ahead of a Tracy McGrady.
One of the things that really tests your mental is ice baths. If you can really force yourself to sit in there for like 3 to 5 minutes, boy, because time goes so slow at that moment, and it's so hard to tell your body, let's stay calm, let's not get out, we okay. Like, it's so hard to just relax yourself. I've done it.
When the
You
last
better
time
than
you
me.
did?
I ain't never done no ice bath.
When I was playing football a lot, I did it a lot, but I did it like every Saturday or every Friday
No, I
night.
can imagine because there was times when I lived with my mom. It was me and a house full of women.
Mm-hmm.
So I would take my bath or my shower late because we'd be on the game or whatever, and they'd be showering it up, and I get in there, and bro, the water ain't
no
hot.
hot water?
So I got to take a cold shower, and I would have to mentally prepare. I would just touch the water, it ain't getting hot. Okay, it's finna be a cold shower. We just got to get through this.
Yeah.
But you do have to
I
mentally.
did it one time.
It's tough, bro.
But
I've
cold
done it
showers,
before.
I suppose, are also one of those things that
Yeah.
they're really good.
I was
for
like,
you.
I'm gonna get my life together. I'm gonna wake up at 7:30. I'm gonna take a cold shower and start my day. No fucking way.
Tough.
That
Yeah,
shower.
I'm not taking no cold shower
tough.
by
It's
It's
choice.
so to hot in the 30 seconds. I just turned that dial. I was like, oh no, I need to
Yeah,
really
because
take a
you
shower.
know mentally, I can just turn this
Yes,
dial.
yes,
But you
there's-
have to have that mental strength to tell yourself not to.
And I
The
mean,
difference between a hot shower and cold shower is crazy.
Night and day.
Hot shower, I'm
it's
in
like
there.
enjoy yourself versus
Cold shower, I'm in there probably like 3-4 minutes. I'm doing like as fast as I can. in
that
a cold
3-4
shower.
minutes is like your career high, low key.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that was the thing. When I remember vividly on this particular cold shower I took, I had that mindset of I'm a rush through this and just get done. But it was kind of like what Darrick's saying. Once I was in there for like the 2-3 minutes, it was a challenge for me now, and I was liking the competitive of like, let me see how long I could go. And it's kind of like getting in the pool. The pool be cold, but once you get in there,
warm up,
it's just kind of, you get adapted to it. Now, I didn't sit in there in that cold shower like I do for a hot shower, but I was definitely like, when I got done, I was like, I was in there for like 7 minutes. I'm him. Stop playing with, I can do this. I can survive. If something happened, if you could have hot water, I could do it.
I'm just not
That's how I
showering.
was feeling. But I like my showers hot.
I like mine a
steaming.
little hot.
Especially when I was getting those mite bites from when the cicadas. Bro, the best feeling was I had like a little bite on my arm. You put that on that hot water.
Yeah.
Hit that, tearing that thing out. That felt so good, boy.
Yeah.
It's just hitting it up. But yeah, I wonder if you could have like pre-draft workouts and try to plan it for it to go as bad as it could for a prospect, just to see how they can handle it. Like, how could you interfere?
You got the little like ball handling drills, but all the balls are just flat or something like that.
They gonna be like, it's flat.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's gonna be one person that's like, I still got to coach.
Or
He
you
doing
got
it
to
without
put
the
too much
ball.
air in them.
oh, too much air in it.
Slightly more than what
I
they
think y'all
accustomed to.
underestimating how much these guys play basketball.
It's gonna be the balls that's like the jam finger balls where they be hard.
Or just test them. You do a drill,
Oh, so they said double rim shooting would be a
Oh,
go.
wow.
double rim shooting.
Double
Y'all
rim
remember
shooting
that
would be
clip
fun.
of Steph Curry when he was warming up with the balls and like he messed up.
What is this?
I think he was on a two-hand
Oh
dribble.
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
But I
yeah. I
think
know what
he's-
you're talking about. Yeah,
Oh my god! But like he messed up his handle and the ball went, and he knew that it was the floor. That his handle was so good
Oh,
that
yeah,
it
I
was the
remember that.
floor
I
that
remember
had to
that.
be the problem,
Yeah.
but not him.
And then he
it
went to
turned
tail
out
somebody.
it
And
was the floor.
you know
that
what?
was
Yeah, that's
the more I
crazy.
think about it,
Somebody did the
I
same
don't
thing
think
with
that's-
shooting. Kobe did the same thing with shooting. Kobe had a tough
And he was like,
first
that's not-
half,
that's not
and he
level.
said something wrong with that rim. It's off by a half an inch. And they went in there and they like, this is a real
Yeah.
story. And they went in there and they fixed it.
the more that I've been
That's how I
thinking
am
about
with my
that
putting
stuff,
now.
For
No.
the more I think that like I just seen a clip or whatever where it was Steph Curry. He was spinning the ball before he
next time
caught
we
it.
go hoop, I would do that. If I have a tough like first half, I'd be like, export lady, come here. This rim should be just like a centimeter to the right.
It was a clip of Steph Curry, and like before he shoots the ball, he'll rotate it a little bit.
Yeah.
And somebody
Something like
quoted
that.
it because they were like, everybody's talking about it. It's like this looks like y'all are like. It reminds me that a lot of y'all haven't really like touched the basketball or like played the sport before.
I think no. The good thing for me though, when I watch that, is like he
What?
does it so fast,
So quick.
Yeah.
That's
What
what
did he do?
He like he fixes the seams to where like,
Mhm.
but he doesn't do it every time. It's
He
damn
can't
near
do it every
impossible.
time.
he
Yeah, I was
can't.
gonna say, that was the first thing that came to my mind is like, does he do that when people are just closing out too? Because it's like that millisecond or whatever. But when you're bouncing the ball on the floor, like you could feel when the floor is messed up though. Like you never felt that before?
No, I've never really been.
You
on the
never
court.
felt that, P? Where
What?
it's like the floor is messed up or something and you bouncing the ball and it's like, it's coming back weird.
Where do you be hooping at?
Export.
That warped.
The
court,
only
sorry,
time that has happened for me personally is when something's wrong with the basketball.
Yeah.
yellow
I'll
tape.
That's
dribble-
how, well,
I'll
maybe
dribble
it's
a
an
basketball.
export thing. Maybe it's just an export thing. Because I was like, I felt that like so many times. Like, I know when the
bro.
floor messed
What you
up.
gonna say?
Did you see Darny's story from like a week ago when he was working out?
Oh
No.
yeah.
I don't want to say it, but it was a funny ass story
I missed it.
about export. About export.
yeah.
But
That
no,
was
yeah,
excellent.
I've the only time I can know something wrong with the floor is when I'm running on it
Yeah.
or jumping
And it's
on
like
it.
feels
But
slippery.
something like
Yeah.
that. But dribbling, no, I've never been like.
That's what I don't know how to describe it. It's like
Now I will
You just
say-
got to
Followers.
hoop 6 cents.
yeah, no. I'm telling you.
Now that I will
In
say
the comments, let me know if you know what I'm talking about. It's,
no, y'all need to just get y'all handle right. Because
it's not the handle.
Well,
It's
stop
the
going
floor.
to export.
them export floors is not going to be an NBA floor. The NBA floor, I can understand why Steph Curry is doing that because there's literally shit under it. They gotta build that floor.
Yeah, they do.
Export floor is the same every time, Mike. The same floor. They not in
They
there.
not playing hockey now.
Yeah, they're not pulling up the wood and putting it down. And if if it is a problem, I wouldn't hoop on that motherfucker because I know that they not finna fix that shit no time soon.
Ankles all
Motherfucker
sprained.
finna-
You just gotta hoop.
Motherfucker finna Euro step into the downstairs basement. Oh shit!
Remember the days we used to hoop in the Plex and they had the Lego pieces
Yep.
on the
Now,
bottom.
now we talking. Now we talking.
They had the
Everybody
Lego
used to- some
pieces
people
on the
used to get
bottom,
hurt
and
on
then
them.
literally underneath the rim, there was like 4 or 5 Lego pieces missing. So
Yep.
it was just concrete right there. It was just
Uneven, yeah.
dangerous.
That's
Super
crazy.
dangerous. But guess what? We was out
We
there
was out there
every
hooping.
single day.
That course a lot better now, though.
Every single day.
I ain't even been over there.
Yeah,
I've driven
glass
past.
backboard.
Actually, I was over there not too long
They got like a whole full court.
Mhm.
Like it's actually real nice.
They knew not to put it out there when we was hooping because that would have caused a lot of fights. That
Oh,
whole
yeah.
full court,
It
you
takes
take
That's the
everywhere.
reason why they put one basketball court and what was it, 1 or 2 volleyball courts? Because they knew 2 courts would probably be too much.
But we had 2 courts.
Yeah.
I
So,
mean, yeah,
you remember
yeah,
the 2
you
courts
right,
we
you
had?
Right, you're right.
There's also one going the opposite,
The
way
opposite
that's
way.
completely
a
full
court.
court.
No,
Nah.
and they got glass backboards,
Yeah.
good backboards. But I'm saying they
Why
if
they
they-
always get nice stuff when we leave?
and don't nobody be on it either.
Yeah, that's what's
But
crazy.
when we was growing up, you would have had 2 games. So you tell them we would have had to clear out the whole man. That would have been a chaos.
yeah.
It'd have been chaos. It'd have been chaos. Y'all ready for this draft?
We will get to the draft after we hear a word from our sponsor.
Why should you bet with Caesars Sportsbook? 2 words, Caesars Rewards. Every bet brings you closer to the type of benefits only Caesars can offer. Hotel stays, VIP experiences, sports and concert tickets, and more. It's not just an app, it's an empire.
So we're doing this draft differently, ladies and gentlemen. We've done an all-time draft before, years ago, and it was
We did one in Vegas.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
We did?
Yeah.
We
Oh,
only did that
yeah.
because Vegas, we usually did the city draft.
It was
and
it
then
was super
Vegas
lighter.
just a
This
little
one is on
different.
steroids, a full roster.
Yes.
This is uniform you drafting, arena coach, and the stipulation.
The stipulation is once a player gets drafted from a certain franchise, that franchise cannot be represented again. So 15-man rosters means that every single team is going to get somebody drafted. For example, if Michael Jordan goes first overall, then nobody can draft prime Derrick Rose or prime Scottie Pippen or prime Ronnie Brewer because they're eliminated from the Chicago Bulls. So you have to be strategic. Do we save this team? Do we get rid of this team? Who do we draft from this team? And so on and so forth.
Everybody viewing will have a player drafted from their favorite franchise.
Yes.
Everybody, even the Hornets.
Even the Hornets, which is like, I looked at their roster.
Even the Hornets, even the Pelicans.
All right.
Now, in a group chat, I was like, we could switch up teams, try to randomize it, whatever. I think me and D. Oh, you got it going on. I'm finna say D Mills.
It landed me and Mike, and then
Okay,
DP,
yeah,
so
me and D Mills. Me and D Mills.
the randomizer just
Me and
wants
D
us
Mills.
to
We're
stay
gonna
on
do
the same
opposite from the TikTok too. I'm gonna talk to my partner. We're gonna really put
this
together
is
a team.
Yeah, we can work.
So how do we figure out who got the first pick?
team. I am gonna say,
We can rock paper scissors it as
all right, Mike, Derrick, rock, paper, scissors, on shoot.
He said, "Oh,
Remember, on shoot.
On shoot.
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Cut your ass.
So you want the first pick or the second pick?
you always want the first pick."
Yeah, we want the first pick.
All right,
It's not,
it's on you.
I want to give you the leverage.
Okay.
So, how do you want to build our team? Let's talk through everything for the people. I really want to build. I want to build a monsters team.
I do. We got
want
two.
no
I think
flaws.
we essentially got 2 players we can go with here.
Talk to me.
We got LeBron and Jordan.
Uh-huh.
When you're talking about no flaws, both of those dudes kind of fit that. I think for a playmaking aspect, though, LeBron does. I think he does a little bit more than Jordan. So would you want the playmaking of LeBron or you want that killer instinct of Jordan?
Based on the careers, the results, I want perfection. 6-0 in the NBA Finals, Defensive Player of the Year.
Yep.
I'm talking about scoring champ.
Yep.
I'm talking about clutch gene. A guy who dominated his era.
Yes, he did.
There's a lot of guys from Jordan's era who was great,
Who didn't
who
win
wasn't able to
championships.
get that jury.
It's easy to dominate when you take years off. but
So
okay.
like when you have a LeBron, who I love,
He
we
also
seen
kinda-
Kawhi get
yeah.
a ring. We seen Steph. You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
seen Dirk. I don't think Michael Jordan losing to J.J. Barrera now. I just my personal
Yeah.
thing. You see, I got the Jordan shirt on. I got the Jordan shoes on. I love Bron. That's Unc. But
With
you
our,
know,
with our first overall pick, we will take Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Cool.
I was gonna say Michael B. Jordan.
I think we just go with Bron.
Yeah, we
Don't
do.
overdo it.
Do we? I mean,
you take a Miami Heat, Cleveland Cavalier.
We're gonna take the Cavaliers version.
good pick.
Of LeBron
That's
James.
what I was
Cavaliers
thinking
version?
too for that
Okay.
for that version.
So they didn't take Heat version.
Nope. So the Heat are still on the board. The Cavs cannot be drafted again. The reason we're going with that is because he is the GOAT. He's on my team, so he's got to be the GOAT today.
Yeah.
Okay, so they went. Now, what position is he classified as?
What are y'all putting them at?
Small forward,
We
point
don't know
guard,
yet.
power
We're still
forward?
building our
Okay,
team.
so we got a shooting guard. One thing I love about Michael Jordan is that D word, dominance.
Whoa.
Dominance. And I just think that when you
Dominance.
continue to talk about dominance,
D word.
you want to continue that.
I
And
wonder,
so
are you
now-
going to- are you going?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So now I'm going to lay out some options for you.
Mm-hmm.
You got a guy, the Big Diesel.
Yeah, obviously. When you said the word dominant,
You got Big
he
Diesel.
immediately comes to mind.
Guy that won in Jordan's era when Jordan took a little step away. Hakeem
Hakeem
Olajuwon.
Olajuwon, yes.
Hakeem Olajuwon, two sides of the basketball floor.
Mhm.
Offensively, defensively. I mean, you put him and Jordan on the same team.
Defensively, that's
That's
a lot.
That's a monstrous. But now I'm gonna give you this curveball, Darrick. We take Shaquille O'Neal off the Lakers. They can't get a bunch of guys.
Oh,
It's a bunch of guys they
It's
can't
a-
get.
it's a lot of
you
guys.
can't go get
That-
Kobe Bryant. You can't
Can't
get
get
Magic
Kareem.
Johnson, Kareem. You know what I'm saying? We could get Kareem too.
Yeah, we could.
We could get him off the Bucks though,
Yeah.
because nobody want the Laker Kareem anyway. You know what I'm saying? We can get him off the Bucks. So how do you want to take this? Do you want the two? We start off. There's not a wrong option.
Yeah, because I don't think Hakeem is the guy from Houston, from Tech.
Potentially, but you
Yeah.
do have James Harden who was after 36.
Yes,
if they
yeah.
really needed a guard,
I don't think they will put James Harden with LeBron
They doing a lot of speculating over the.
personally.
I don't even
Nah,
know what
they
I
might.
want to pick.
They might.
We got to wait to
But
see what they do.
what
You're
options
right.
do you want to take? Do you want to go heavy on the two-way with Hakeem? That's offensive and defensive, like nastiness with Jordan and Hakeem. Or we just go straight. Nobody gonna be able to guard Shaquille O'Neal down there, but he will slow up the pace a little bit. He will have Hacker
Yeah.
Shaq.
And
He
nobody
won
was-
with Kobe. He should be able to win a lot more with Shaq. I mean, with Jordan.
Nobody was able to guard Hakeem either.
Absolutely. And even Hakeem made Shaquille O'Neal look foolish. So,
Yeah.
which route you trying to go? Did we still got Kareem with Milwaukee? But I think you take Jordan, you back him with an incredible big, and we keep pushing.
Let's go Hakeem Olajuwon. I'm not mad at that.
Our second pick is going to be Hakeem Olajuwon.
I'm not mad that you went that way too. I think that the first overall pick was the right pick to take. There is a world where y'all could have had Bron and Kobe. When you think about it, you take Bron one, we take MJ, then you got Kobe from the Lakers. So like you could have got two of the three most popular players in the history of basketball on your team.
Oh yeah, we want results and wins,
Um,
not popularity.
We could still do that thing.
Do it.
We might as well.
Do it.
We could do that.
Do it.
We could go Shaquille O'Neal. Hey, we weren't talking when y'all was talking.
Do it. Yes,
Let
I
me talk
was.
to my
Yes, I
team,
was.
man.
He said he doing a lot of speculating over there.
We could go Shaquille O'Neal here, because I'm thinking more fit. Not saying that Kobe and Bron wouldn't work together. It's just like a lot at the same time.
That's very
And
true.
y'all took Hakeem, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Get him off the board. Get the.
I
Rockets
just don't
completely
want
off
us
the
to
board.
feel limited to that is the only like plausible big man for us.
Right. So there are a lot of bigs throughout history that we can go for. It's not a lot of Kobe's. That's your argument.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that argument at all. I don't have an argument against it. Do you want to just take Kobe?
You know, I'm not gonna argue that. Let's go, Kobe.
All right, we taking Kobe. Bron and Kobe.
So
I was
Cavs, Lakers, Bulls. Go ahead.
For me, I was thinking we got Jordan and Hakeem. They've never had a real shooter with them. Those guys, they never played with a Steph Curry.
Mm-hmm.
I think that fit right there is kind of magical because Steph Curry does so well off the ball. Unless you think there's another move where we could strategically take someone that limits them.
Our team is shaping up so good that I'm kind of past limiting them. The only way I would have limited them was to take away the Lakers because I know the
Yeah.
Lakers have so much, but they just did that by taking Kobe, which I'm very surprised that they went that route so early because it was a long time since we was gonna get.
Well, there were just so many Lakers. If y'all would have went Magic Johnson,
Yeah,
y'all
we just
won.
eliminate
We
one
just
of the
eliminated
best.
all of that for y'all.
I love the Steph Curry thing. The other option that we have is to solidify front court. That's the only other argument I have.
Are you thinking Dallas?
No.
Okay.
What was you thinking?
Dirk Nowitzki.
No, I'm thinking of Tim Duncan.
Oh, I was more so thinking of space and the shooting. I thought I was trying to build I thought the spacing of the shooting that Dirk would provide.
When you have this much legendary talent,
or
I'm not really worried about that.
Or we could put Kevin Durant at the 4.
No, we could. The only thing about a guy like KD is we don't have to go for that right now. No disrespect to KD, but if they take KD, we still have a Larry Bird out there. You know what I mean? But when we talk about it ain't too many Tim Duncans, it ain't too many Stephs. We got to lead with one of those. You brought up Steph, I ain't mad at it. So if you want to go Steph, we go Steph. We talking about winning. All of our guys have won at that high level. So you actually convincing me on Steph. You want to lock in Steph?
Yeah, let's lock.
We locking in Steph Curry. Come on, D Mills.
I think so. Me and Mike were just talking or miming at each other about our next pick. We decided between two people. In my mind, I think we go Kareem because he's the third best player in the history of basketball. We already got one of the top 2 in LeBron James. If we also go with Kareem, we solidify the most points in the history of basketball by a wide margin.
That is a fact.
He also is the best center to ever walk this planet. And he's still walking this planet. Shout out to him.
I think we go Kareem. I was thinking what we could do with Larry, but I like the fit with Kareem a little bit.
I feel like there's so many other small forward because we already got Bron, first of all. So small forward, power forward combinations. There's nobody better on the board than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or Lou Alcindor, depending on which version we get. We're going to take the Bucks off the board and take Kareem.
Okay. I like that.
We do too. I'm
now
surprised y'all. Well, I'm not surprised.
They don't remember.
Elijah Wan's so great, so I ain't mad.
When they
at
were
it.
speculating Bron was gonna do the hook shot to pass Kareem.
That was crazy.
So now we could take Timmy.
I'm sorry, y'all took Steph Curry last, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
If that's the route you want to go, we can still solidify that front court with Tim Duncan.
Yes. We can. I'm just taking a look at some things, thinking around. Yeah, I think this is an incredible spot to be able to take a guy like Tim Duncan. When you talk about when you talk about the gravity of Steph Curry,
Yep.
because you was talking about fit, spacing, so I just want to put things in perspective. When you talk about the gravity of Steph Curry in itself, you talk about the dominant isolation scoring of Michael Jordan. You talk about the passing of Elijah Wan and Duncan.
Mm-hmm.
And then you put this all with the defensive side that we have next to Curry. This team is looking monstrous. It's a lot of basketball we can play. It's
A lot of good basketball.
a lot of good basketball.
Yes.
You can put the ball in Jordan's hands, let him do his shit. He's going to command attention. He's kicking it out to Steph Curry.
Or dumping it off to one of the bigs.
Elijah Wan got on the block. You can't double team.
Oh, man.
So, and even if you come on, man.
Can't double team either of the
You
bigs.
got Tim Duncan throwing a lob to Elijah. Like, come on. So, yeah, I think we're locking in Tim Duncan at the 4. He's going to be our power forward.
Cool. All right, Mike. So we got some other people on the board. I think we could still go the other guy we were talking about. We could go Mr. Larry Legend, and run them two together.
Mm-hmm.
We could draft him now, even if he does not start, because they just took their 4-man. And they already got a point guard, so we don't need to rush at this moment in time to go get one of those dudes. And honestly, I think there's a drop-off. We can't get Magic Johnson. They already got Steph Curry. I think there's a drop-off at the point guard position after that. And I don't know if they're going to be too interested in going to get that third best point guard, fourth best point guard guy. I would put a vote in for the legend right now, even if he doesn't end up starting. That's a crazy amount of talent to just have on the team.
Bring
Thoughts?
him in. I mean, honestly, I think my thoughts are just like, I feel like everything's kind of available right now. Is there any way we could schematically, like, we take this just to eliminate a team of something of equal value? But
Talk to me. Is there a team that you got in mind?
not really. I think it's too early for it. It's
Yeah.
literally too early for it because
The
you can
mind
just go a
games
different
and
way.
stuff. Strategically, it's not a lot to do at this moment.
Or we
in
might
time.
as well just go for the best talent possible.
And that best talent is Larry Legend. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or do we go Kevin? Is Larry Legend or Kevin?
Well, I mean, the basketball in me wants to go Kevin Durant.
Right.
But I mean,
But does
talk
Kevin
about
Durant have
Larry.
a 1986 type season in his repertoire?
I don't know if Kevin Durant ever walked into a 3-point contest and said, which one of y'all coming in second?
Or play a whole game of basketball with his offhand and still drop
Bring in
25?
Larry. Bring in Larry.
Larry Bird. Larry Bird.
I'm happy y'all went that route.
Yeah, thank y'all. Because now
We
we're
were-
going to take Kevin Durant.
Yeah, we
Cool.
was eyeing
You drop Kevin Durant right into the mix of this offense. Like I said, with the passing bigs,
the
the
best
screening.
plug-in player ever.
Yeah, Larry Legend. He's like,
We saw what he was able to
Same
do
thing.
with the Warriors. We plug him right into this, and again, we just the size, the shooting, the isolation basketball, the passing. I just don't know. I don't know. I don't see the flaw in this offense. So y'all took Larry, which we can take the Celtics off the list, and then which Kevin Durant do you want to take? Well, we don't have a
Okay.
choice.
It's OKC.
Yeah, OKC.
I mean, you did have a choice.
No, because we took Steph Curry.
Well, no, you could also take Brooklyn.
Well, I'm not
Phoenix.
taking
Yeah.
Brooklyn over.
That's a choice if you ain't from-
that is my favorite version of Kevin Durant, but the best one is OKC.
I've actually thought y'all were gonna go Brooklyn,
Why?
just to leave OKC on the board for GP or Russ or something like that.
Nah,
Because Brooklyn don't have a lot of legends. It's
Nah,
a
yeah.
few of them.
we
gotta
we
take,
we we gon'
Brook Lopez.
we not letting y'all get Russ.
Please take Brook Lopez.
now, do you just want to complete this? We still need a guard.
Talk to me. Who's the best guard on the board for you?
I still see the Nets up there for Jason Kidd. That was one of the just first teams that came to mind.
We got the Suns, Steve Nash.
Yep.
They just took OKC, so let me take that off the board.
Yeah, Russell's not over there.
We part of me is like, okay, again, there's such, I think Nash, I mean, we still got Pistons, obviously.
Oh,
Zeke.
yeah,
We got
yeah.
Zeke.
That might honestly
might be
just
the pick?
It might be it. I don't know if the young bucks know about Zeke, but that boy get down right there.
On a bad ankle.
Yeah.
Could still go out there and drop 30 plus of them things. So do we just go Zeke here?
Bring in Zeke.
Okay. We'll take Zeke.
Let me write
Okay,
the
y'all
Pistons.
want Zeke.
Chicago's very own.
Pistons.
So,
So we have our starting five.
yep.
So right now we're going into our reserve bag. I'm just looking around. I'm looking at teams. I'm seeing the options. We still can go get Shaq.
We can.
We just go get Orlando Shaquille O'Neal.
That would
Uh,
eliminate.
Faster Shaq.
That would also eliminate some guys. Dwight would be off the board.
Dwight would be off the board. I don't think they're eyeing Dwight because there's still so many great centers left.
Yeah.
But they could be. I'm no longer really thinking about eliminating for them. I'm just thinking about what teams have, because there's a lot of teams that don't have a lot. So I was just trying to figure out if we can get them guys.
So what we could do, we got Dirk. Obviously, he's still on the board.
Darrick is on the board.
We have Joel Embiid. He's still on the board. Jokic is still on the board. Charles Barkley is still on the board.
He just naming them off.
Yeah.
I
Kevin
love it.
Garnett. Kevin Garnett is still out there. Let's see, what are some other options?
Karl Malone.
Karl Malone is still out there. Dominique Wilkins is still on the board. Anthony Davis with the Pelicans is still on the board. We got some guys.
Mm-hmm.
So what you leaning
Damian
to? What you
Lillard
thinking?
is still on the board.
I'm not taking Damian Lillard right now. I'm not taking Damian Lillard right now. I
That's one of
refuse.
their best picks.
I refuse to take Damian Lillard right now.
Or-
So talk to him. What are you thinking? You naming names, but I want to know what you're thinking. When you naming those names, what comes to your mind? It's still Will Chamberlain out there.
Yeah.
Philadelphia 76ers.
I would not be mad at the Shaq pick with Orlando or the Dirk pick
You know what?
with the Mavs.
Let me see something. Let me see something really, really quick. Why wouldn't you be mad at Shaq? Talk to me.
I
to
just
me
think
through
Shaq, he fits that mold. He's fast, he's young, he's athletic, he's still dominant. We kind of we take Hakeem out, and now it's like, damn, we got to deal with Big Diesel. Like that's a lot to do. You dealing with the footwork and the skill set of Hakeem, but then now you got this dude that's just coming in, and now he also got skill, but he just dunking on me. My defense, I don't even know what to do at that point. Or we could go Dirk, and we just got this 7-footer who just out here just shooting crazy fadeaways, and it's just like it went from Tim Duncan hitting glass bank shots to now you got this dude that's just shooting it from everywhere. So
which one are you leaning to? Dirk or Shaq?
let's go Shaq.
We're going to take Shaq.
From the Orlando Magic.
I think we got to go one of the fours, Mike. Either Karl Malone,
Okay.
who, if we just talking basketball, it's not a lot of people better at the position. Obviously, we don't fuck with Karl Malone for the other stuff, but basketball related is him. We also got KG, one of the best defensive players of all time. And then we also got Dirk, one of the best offensive players of all time. So it's really which route do we want to take in our team construction? Do we go with just the for sure top 5 all time in scoring? Do we go with the defensive versatility of KG? Do we go with the offensive spacing and also offensive creation from Dirk? Where's your mind at?
Well, I look at our front court now. It's LeBron and Larry Bird,
And then Kareem.
and then Kareem. I think the versatility of KG's defense could be a value to that team.
That's where you want to go?
Yeah.
Trust my teammate. We're going KG right now.
Okay.
From the Timberwolves, obviously.
Timberwolves. Okay.
And he was really the only guy on my list. It was like either we get him or, damn it, we got to go with Trenton Hassel or Sam Mitchell or something. It was like.
Or no, I was going to say, I would have just took one of the current
Kevin Love.
players.
Yeah, it's a couple guys. Nobody on
Guard-
the same level as
What
KG.
are you looking at? Do you want to go guard, wing? Like what do you think would be the ideal fit?
Now,
Because
I
guard
think there's still a great guard out there.
it is.
He played with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. We get him from the Sacramento Kings.
You don't know who you talking about.
He don't?
He don't. That's why he's
Actually,
smiling.
I actually don't know who he's talking about right now.
Russell Westbrook.
Hey, that's why I kind of wish it was like, it's Mike turn. Like
Yeah.
because I wanted to see what his mind would be at if it was just him. On
If
the
you had
chopping
any, if you
block.
had any guess, who would it be? Russell broke his record.
Oscar Robertson.
There you go.
I think when you talk about the big old 6'5" point guard, can score the basketball, another isolation guy, can assist, rebound, defend, 6'5".
Yeah, the guard pool with so many teams being taken out is dwindling down.
It is.
Unless we went Luka.
So then you don't ever want to take Dirk.
Well, I'm just looking at the fact that we have Shaq. I don't know if we need do we need a 4?
Yeah,
mean-
we're putting together how many people?
15.
15.
Yeah.
So we're getting talent, brother. We're getting talent. At
So,
this point, don't
yeah.
worry about fit. We're gonna make it fit.
Yeah, we could go Dirk or either Oscar Robertson.
We're gonna go Oscar Robertson.
All right, Sacramento. Sorry, Jerry Lucas.
Yeah, Jerry Lucas, Chris Webber.
All right, Mike. So there's a couple different ways we can go. We can go just straight up talent, or and we can go somewhere like a Nash. We could go straight up talent. We still have Karl Malone, Moses Malone is still on the board right now.
KB, you said that. Why don't we go Luka Doncic?
Because I still fuck with Dirk.
We already got a backup 4. Where he gonna play it is
We
a
do
15-man
15-man
roster. Man, we gotta say if Dirk was gonna be on the team, he deserved to play. I say we get Doncic. I don't think there's
Is
no
it
different.
too early to take Doncic in
I
an
don't think it's-
all-time draft,
bro,
Mike?
I don't think there's no different switch up from going to Isaiah Thomas to Luka
I
Doncic.
will say, this is y'all pick, but I do love that we doing this and we're able to really fully talk through it. Because when we do this on
Yeah.
TikToks, it's very short. It's very good to see the ideology between everybody. You know what I mean? How some of us think polar opposite, how some of us think similar.
I think that's the fun aspect of just like team building.
Yeah, I do
Everybody
too.
got their own way.
This is what a green room is looking like during draft night.
I'm
So-
not against it, Mike. I
I
would
mean,
feel bad if
talk
Dirk
to me about
didn't
the
get
other. You
drafted.
said so. Dirk is the only reason
So
why
yes,
that's holding you back.
But I'm not mad at it because that prevents them from eventually getting Dirk. And obviously, Darrick has been talking about Dirk for 3 rounds now.
talking about the spacing,
So
he provides.
he really likes Dirk.
he does.
But with the other guards on the board, like the Luka pick might look great in 10 years.
Okay.
But there are some fucking legendary point guards still on this board.
Steve Nash.
Fuck Steve Nash, low-key. I'm not against it, Mike.
I guess it's just who are the other options that you would be like?
I don't want
Or
to play
just
my
as-
card or show my
okay,
cards.
okay.
Because they're not drafting they're drafting positionless. They're going for players right now. So if I say, oh, we want to get this dude, and then they just draft them to prevent us from doing it,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna trust you right now as long as you decide to trust me on the next pick.
Well, I see another dude that's up there that's like,
Let me see who you talking about.
I mean, he's the top dude for this team right here.
Where are you pointing?
Fingers big.
Yes, that is a guy, but I don't. Let's hope that he's there next round, because that's the guy I was like, trust me, next round. That's the guy who I'm thinking about.
So should I take my guy then?
Let's take your guy, then see if our guy falls to the next round.
We'll take Luka Doncic.
We'll take Luka in an all-time draft in round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So Dirk Nowitzki will not be drafted.
Will not be drafted.
He's gonna. That's crazy.
Silliness.
The franchise's best player of all time is not.
Silliness.
Yeah.
All-time draft. All-time. Did we have an all-time 75?
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry. Luka gonna be in the top 100.
Where do you want to
we
go?
got? What do we got now? Off the bench, we got Shaq and Oscar Robertson.
We got Shaq, Oscar Robertson. There's still so much out here. You still got Iverson. You still got Dwayne Wade. You got Reggie Miller, Pat Ewing. You still got Karl Malone, John Stockton, Charles Barkley. It's so many different ways
I
we can
wouldn't
take
be
it.
mad at the Allen Iverson pick.
No, I would be. We're not taking Allen Iverson this early.
Why?
It's still too many legends
it's too-
that I think are project better. What does Allen Iverson give you that you just need right now that we won't be able to get later? Scoring? I could get you some scoring. The scoring gonna be there. It's 15-man draft.
It is.
The scoring is gonna be there. I promise you. I promise you, we gonna always have a chance to get some scoring. If that's just the sole thing that player is providing.
Uh-oh. Stand
Okay,
still.
So,
Trouble in paradise.
Talk to me.
I'm just looking through the teams.
I'm saying,
I wouldn't be mad at. We could go Karl Malone.
No, I'm just saying that. Talk to me what you're thinking. I don't want you to say we just go with. What are you thinking?
Like
I'm just trying to think about.
Don't worry about shit he's saying. He just took Luka Doncic.
I'm just trying to just add talent to the roster. I think we have a very good direction. I think we also are doing a good job of adding versatile guys that could do different things and not also be stuck in one position.
Absolutely.
This is.
They just kind of open up the floodgates for me.
Yeah.
If he just took Luka, I wouldn't mind going that route. I wouldn't mind going that route.
Or we can get the guy that was before. We can get Scotty.
How?
The Blazers.
Please draft.
You get a version.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But there.
No, you're right.
That's why I wish he was on the big
still get Derrick Rose on the Knicks.
Hell no.
Okay.
So the guy
Toronto?
the guy I just showed you.
Toronto version.
Bro.
Yeah, that's the only one. We could do that.
Take
I
him.
could do that. I'm with that.
If I'm talking in code and I'm not saying shit, why would you say that? You just steal the cards.
Yeah.
So now we have to take it. We're going to take Kawhi Leonard, Toronto Raptors.
Now we have to take him.
I need you to lock in, Darrick. Come on, man. I'm pointing at him for a reason.
The guy that
I've shifted.
Okay.
I think he's going to be there next round as well. I'm thinking between two bigs, and they play for the same team.
Before we took
Luka.
the Mavs are out. Okay.
I'm thinking either Moses Malone or Will Chamberlain for the 76ers. So one of the two.
It's got to be Will Chamberlain.
You think so?
I think so. I mean,
Not the chairman of boards?
Will Chamberlain is just like a mythical man, right?
True.
So I feel
That's
like he's
one
like
of the
a
reasons
wild card.
not to draft him. Is he going to do the shit that he was said to
Well,
be done?
Carmelo said he's seen the footage of him in the 100-point game.
Right.
Carmelo
I
did
forgot
say
about
that.
Okay. Yeah. Moses Malone feel like he should get drafted, but I ain't mad at Will Chamberlain. He had 2 stints in Philly. He won 3 MVP awards, led the league in scoring and rebounding a ton of times. We'll take Will Chamberlain. Don't go out to the club with Will Chamberlain, though. You can't compete.
You know from experience.
Just heard the stories, that's all.
How many guys on that team?
Where y'all head is at now?
We're on our 9th man on the
Talk.
roster.
I'm gonna show you a name.
Yeah.
Oh, they getting bigger too. He's shifting. Bring your mic to you because they can't hear you.
I'm gonna show you this name.
Yeah.
Now, dude, I'm showing it because I'm not playing.
Yeah. You're not showing your hand.
We talked to you like you a kid,
He
Darrick.
said you not showing your hand. You just gonna keep talking out
But
loud.
look, you see that, right?
Yeah.
So what that does,
Yeah. We in sync,
You know, like Justin who? We in sync like Justin who?
just like Justin Timberlake.
My boy. You know what that do? That eliminates that other dude.
Yeah.
But or do you want to take that other dude? But that's going to, you know what I'm saying? Because we already got 2 of those. You look at the roster we got 2 of those already.
Y'all got Magic off the board, correct?
But I think it would be better strategically for
Y'all
us.
got Magic off the
I'm
board.
sorry,
Y'all took Lakers.
Orlando Magic.
It would be
Yeah.
better strategically for us to take the
That was a
dude
little
you initially
confusing.
showed me, so that way the other dude's off the board. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah, I think that's the
Because
right
so is that what we want to do right now, or do we wait and try to see if he's there after? You know what I'm
or
saying?
we can go to this guy.
No, I don't think he makes our team.
No,
No,
okay.
I don't think he makes
Who
our
just
team.
put Glenn Rice? Who the hell is he
I
talking
don't,
about?
I don't think he makes our team. And if he does, it'll be later.
Okay.
I just feel like the guys that we just talked about, they are not only better than him, they way better than him.
Okay.
They way better than him.
I'm very curious to who y'all talking about then.
So
Did we?
keep that first situation I showed
Yeah.
you in mind.
Derek, who you talking about, brother?
The Suns are still on the board, right?
Suns are still
The
on the
Suns
board.
are still on the
We
board.
can still also go with they guy,
Who was they guy?
Charles Barkley.
Why you look at me like it's?
I thought they wanted Steve Nash.
They did. He hinted at him.
a lot of point guards
But-
on the board.
Strategically, I think your method makes the most sense. We eliminate a heavy hit off the board while also taking on one.
That's very crazy.
We take on one.
Who are y'all talking about? I mean, I guess I have an idea.
We take on one. Who did they pick last?
Wilt the Stilt.
Yeah.
Go with the guy from Phoenix. You said.
Okay. We're gonna go with Charles Barkley coming in, man.
Okay, Mike.
I think your play might still be there next round if we want to do it.
Even if it ain't, I'm cool with this.
Is it time for that guy?
It's either him or yeah. I mean,
I think it should be about that time. I feel like he's looking like in the back room, like why the hell I haven't been drafted yet.
he going on day 2 of draft day. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Go ahead.
We're gonna take the Flash, Dwayne Wade.
Oh wow, yeah.
The Miami Heat, there's a huge drop off because LeBron is off the table, and it was either Wade or nobody really. You know, it's like,
Well, you could have took
Udonis.
Heat version of Brown, right?
well, we already got the other version of Brown.
You got 2 bronze.
Yeah.
We talking about yeah,
That would work against you.
right? Encouraging some other shit. Yeah. All right, we got Wade.
I feel kind of crazy though,
Why?
because look, him ain't messing with the other one that we eliminate.
Yeah, you're not.
So do we take who we eliminate, or do we just take him? Because it's a 15-man roster. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or do we take it? You know what? I kind of want to take him and eliminate him because that's what they did to us.
Oh, they did.
That's what they did to us.
But I don't even think they eyeing them.
They don't have to be.
Yeah.
They don't have to be. They will though. They will.
will.
They're going to start to.
No.
I could tell that that's what they're going to start to. They just went Wade. They're starting to do the elimination process. They just took Wade because he said Miami,
Yeah.
there's a drop-off there. The team we talking about, there's a significant drop-off.
Yep.
We take one of those two, there is nobody else that even going to come to their mind. Out of those two, who's they third in their history?
We had the same thing.
Alex English.
Mike don't even know who Alex English is. He think he's a point guard.
Don't disrespect my partner like that. He played my team.
Now you know I play my team.
I
You know they
He
love
always
giving him
get
that
an
card.
incredible card. Shout out to Alex English.
Take him.
So
Y'all want to you want to sabotage them?
no, I don't. I was just joking about sabotage them.
Let's-
I just want. I
let's
want to take somebody from their franchise more so than sabotage them because
Yeah.
I feel like their franchise is one that I want to get done.
I already wrote in Nikola Jokic, man.
He
Nikola
already
Jokic
called the
is the guy.
commission.
You want
Already
Nikola?
voted in.
We're gonna take Jokic.
All right. The second power forward of all time is still on the board. Shitty person, great hooper, Karl Malone. Right? Y'all didn't take no Jazz, right?
We did
No,
not
we ain't
take any
taking-
Jazz players.
No, y'all got it. What to
I
go?
want to say it, but come on.
Nuggets.
Welcome in, Carl.
Jazz.
Welcome in, Carl. Just don't be trying
Who
to
did y'all
influence
take
our
after we
players,
took
bro.
Carl with the K, too.
Y'all took
Wade.
Dwayne Heat. Okay.
We're going to take Karl Malone.
So now it's been, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
You're not
6,
gonna-
7, 8, 9, 10,
got
11,
11.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. There's been 19 teams eliminated,
Yeah.
which means we have 11 teams left. So now we got to really start, we got to start getting to the nitty gritty. I'm looking around the league, use. There hasn't been a Nick yet.
I don't think there hasn't been a Piston.
No, Isaiah Thomas.
Oh, they do have Isaiah Thomas. You're right.
We just took away the Nuggets. Y'all took Moses Malone, right? No, y'all took
No.
Wilt.
We took Wilt.
So the 76ers Wilt?
Yes.
Yep.
I don't think I put 76. So it's 20 teams actually eliminated. You got the
Memphis.
Nets.
Memphis is still on the board. Portland, Atlanta, Pelicans, Wizards, Pacers, Charlotte.
There's a bunch of teams that got some
Now,
questionable legends.
the Pacers have Reggie Miller, which is one of the best shooters of all time.
Yes.
I'm not
Overrated.
I'm not mad at getting shooting from Reggie Miller.
Or we can go second best shooter of all time in Damian Lillard.
I think he's gonna be there, Derek. I think we have to rush that.
What did you just say?
The second best shooter ever in Damian Lillard.
Ever in the history of basketball.
Yes.
I thought
Damian
he meant
Lillard's
right
number
now.
2.
Don't say that, Derek. I thought you meant like in the game right now. Don't say that, Derek.
He's the second best shooter. I know he sent you some shoes now.
No,
and
no,
he
no.
follows you on Twitter.
No,
But he's
no.
the second greatest shooter of all time.
I've always said that.
You've always been
No,
wrong.
you haven't. No, you have
Yes,
not
I have.
always said that.
Yes, because I literally on this panel said when you talk about Steph Curry, the closest thing to him was
Right.
Damian
We
Lillard.
always took that as current day.
No.
Not ever.
Or at the
Did
position.
you see who Steph Curry who records he was breaking to be number one?
Dame's a better shooter than Ray Allen?
How does Dame
He
leapfrog
better
those
shooter than
guys?
Klay Thompson.
Yes.
Is he a better shooter than Ray Allen?
Yes.
You out of your mind? No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
At what point? Like at what though? Like
'Cause
just
when
in
you talk-
general 3-point shooter.
Probably
'Cause-
pull up. He talking about.
Well,
But that's one phase of it. Who
Probably
is the
talking about
better
pull up in
overall
range.
3-point shooter? I can name a bunch of better pull-up 3-point shooters in reality. That don't make them better than him.
I'm just talking about difficulty of the shots.
Wow, let's not cut it out. We're not starting this.
Ray Allen played for 18 seasons. Do you want to know what his 3-point percentage was for his career?
He don't want to know because he's not gonna care.
It's 40% for 18 seasons. Damian Lillard's 3-point percentage?
37.
30. You know your Damian Lillard. 37.
Well, I knew both of them.
Yeah, I guess it's true. You know ball. You know ball. But you're saying because of the degree of difficulty that Dame takes, that 3% drop off matters less than.
Yeah.
Okay. If there's any argument to make, that's a valid argument. I just don't agree with it.
That's all right. We can agree to disagree.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of people disagreeing with that shit. I'll tell you that.
They're Portland fans. And Buck
Second best.
fans.
That's the first time I ever heard that.
He shot league average from 3 last year, by the way.
One of the best shooters in the world, though. I'll tell you that.
Absolutely. We ain't never
You
gonna
can't
take.
never deny that.
We
Ray
ain't-
Allen has never been close to league average from 3. Never.
Well, you're not average.
So I'm gonna throw an old school name at you.
You got to maybe go down a fucking rabbit hole, Darrick.
Just because it's not a lot of options on
Yeah.
on this franchise forefront, but when you look at his career, I mean, my goodness, man. I mean, my goodness.
I'm not mad at it.
He
I'm
would
looking at the
he a bust Karl Malone ass.
Yeah, but I'm looking at the talent. I mean, he is an old legend. We can go with it. We're gonna take Bob Pettit.
What? Bob
Bust
Pettit.
Karl Malone.
What
ass.
position he played? D.
Motherfucker
Mills?
couldn't dribble with his left hand.
Point guard.
Derek just what?
At least I don't even know.
Hey, hey, not only is that crazy, I didn't tell him to draft. I'm just throwing out suggestions.
It's too late.
I'm just throwing out suggestions.
Called it in.
I'm just throwing out suggestions, Derek.
On catch and shoot threes last year, Damian Lillard shot 32%, by the way.
I need you to lock in.
You're gonna
okay?
take
I need you to lock in. No, forget the name. We'll talk about that after. I need you to lock in because I did not tell you to draft him, bro. I'm just throwing out names, brother. Sheesh. Bob Pettit was gonna be there, man.
He definitely was going to be there. But that actually eliminated. We were going to take Dominique. So that
Yeah.
y'all did a good job of eliminating Dominique.
We weren't
for
worried
us.
about Dominique. I
Um,
told
I see
Derek
another.
he might have not made our team unless it was at the end.
yeah.
I see
had
another
suggested
forward
him
that
a
I
few
wouldn't
times.
mind
year
having on my
before that,
team.
Damian Lillard shot 36% on catch and shoot threes.
That's good. That's draft, please.
I'll see another dude that I wouldn't mind having on my team as a forward.
Okay, who is that? We can talk aloud. If we don't draft them and they do, I'm not really.
The New
tripping
York
about it.
Knicks are still up there.
The New York Knicks are still there.
I will happily take a
He crossed
Carmelo
my mind.
Anthony.
You would take Carmelo. Carmelo was third on my big board for the Knicks.
Who'd you have above him? You have Walt.
I had
Oh, wow.
Walt and Ewing.
I
And
would
damn
rather
near
have that
put
one.
Willis
I-
Reed above him too.
I had the same thing, but it's Carmelo. It's some players
It's
that
the
you got.
recency bias of it all.
It's some players you do got to give for the name. And I'm not saying that like Walt and Patrick Ewing don't deserve to be at that
But
spot,
what about-
Carmelo?
What about this guy from like? I know a lot
I was
of his
thinking
time
him
was in
too.
NBA,
I was
but
thinking him too. I don't think that's a bad option.
I'm taking
because
him
I was
over
thinking about a
Carmelo
wing.
like all time.
I wouldn't be mad about it. It's not as sexy, but he'll
Not as
dunk your
sexy.
ass.
He
Y'all
would
could
dunk
take
you.
him.
He would
Y'all
dunk
could take
you,
him
though.
insanity too.
We could.
Just 2 weeks on insanity.
He will count. He will count. Or Chris Duhon,
Yeah,
who holds the record for most assists in a single game by New York Knicks.
you could take that one game.
Take that one game, Chris Duhon.
They're gonna-
I think we should go the Doc.
Let's go.
Let's go Brooklyn Nets Dr. J. Get him off the board.
Don't say nothing, Darrick.
Because they took KD already, correct?
Yes.
For the OKC, okay. Cool. No, Derek, go ahead. Draft somebody else, baby. We need
So
Bob
I'm
Pettit
looking at
2.0.
I'm looking at our roster. We can use some more guard play. It's some incredible guard names still left on the board. Chris Paul.
Yes,
Chris Paul is still on there.
he is.
I mean, to get Chris Paul this late in the draft,
It's a steal.
It's just
Yeah.
it's kind of ludicrous that you would have an opponent still leave a guy like Chris Paul up here on the board, especially one that claims to be a fan. But anyway, you have Chris Paul, you have Jason Kidd.
From where?
Because they just
Nets.
took the
Who
Nets.
just took Nets?
They
Who
just
y'all
took a
take?
Nets.
Julius
Yeah.
Irving.
Oh, okay. All right, that went right over my head.
You could take the coach version of him.
Let's see.
You could draft a coach
So
right now.
y'all took Nets. Who else y'all just take?
Right
We
before that,
took
we took
Karl.
Karl Malone from the Jazz. Well, yeah.
No, y'all took Melo, right?
No,
No, we didn't.
we
Oh.
talked about it, but didn't
Yeah,
take
they talked. They were
So
talking
instead of
heavy on
taking
the
Melo,
Knicks.
y'all took Julius
We
Irving.
took Julius.
Okay.
Mhm.
So the Knicks are still available.
Yes, they are.
They can stay available.
I'm looking at Washington. I do like the guy from Washington.
We got bigs though. They can have Elvin Hayes.
He not thinking Elvin Hayes at all.
He was thinking
You can see it in
John
his
Wall.
eyes. He was thinking John Wall.
He was thinking.
Oh,
John
you thinking
Wall.
John Wall?
no.
You're right. I know you wasn't thinking John
Dude,
Wall.
who are you?
Just ignore all that shit.
I know he
Let's
wasn't
say
thinking
Chris
about
Paul.
West
West.
Hill?
I
Let's
know
say
he
Chris
wasn't thinking
Paul.
about West.
We're gonna say Chris Paul.
Yeah, I like Chris Paul.
I do too. We're gonna take.
That eliminates.
Let's get a point guard here. I think
Pelicans.
we get Walt, right?
Yeah, we
Walt
do.
Frazier being this late is just as ludicrous. Give us Walt Frazier.
Yeah, we made the right decision.
He
He took better pictures than Chris Paul, though. I'll give you that.
dressed better than him too.
Yeah, that's why he took better pictures.
We could
Hey,
go.
hey. Oh, go ahead. Keep speaking.
There's a very good power forward still on the board. Oh,
No, text me
There's a-
yours.
there's a
Text me
guy
yours.
better than
Text me,
him.
text me yours. Text me yours.
The guy better than him. Ooh, this guy better than him. What teams are available? We have Wizards, Blazers, Pacers. Pacers have not been taken, right? Pacers, Hornets, Grizzlies, Clippers.
Clippers, I think, is still up there.
no, Hornets are gone. Pelicans are still up.
No, we
No,
just
you
drafted
took Chris Paul.
Pelicans.
Pelicans.
Hornets are not up
Oh shit, you're right.
Hornets will be Eddie Jones.
there. Alonzo
Never
Mourning.
mind. Then the guy I was thinking about. The
You finna
team
say Anthony
switch-
Davis?
The team switch threw me off. You're right.
AD's off the board. Unless you take. Nope. He's off the board. Completely off the board.
Or the other guy I was talking
Yeah,
about.
it
'Cause
would probably make
you pair them, and we got make more sense. What? Go ahead.
it makes more sense to take the other guy.
The first name I mentioned.
Yeah. Cause I'm looking at it. I think he would just be the better player to take. Actually, no. Let's take him.
Let's
Let's
wait,
take
wait though. What I want to do is, and I'm asking y'all too. Let's really figure out the available team, the last teams. So the Pacers are still up there.
Pacers are still there.
Clippers,
Grizzlies.
Grizzlies.
Philadelphia.
No, we got Will.
Okay.
Hornets. Blazers, Wizards. Those are all the teams that are on my list. I
And the
don't know
Suns
if
are gone too?
Yes,
Sun-
the
they
Suns
got
are going.
Barkley,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Actually,
So
that Clippers guy, I wouldn't be mad at that. The Pacers also have two really good.
yeah, I'm just
intriguing
writing
players.
out the names.
Y'all did say Memphis is still available, right?
Yes,
Memphis is still available. Take Tony Allen.
I'm trying to think.
I mean, we do got Marc Gasol. We got early Pau Gasol there as well. We can get two really good.
Hey,
bigs
this
there.
this what I'm thinking, Darrick. I don't really want to touch that.
Yeah,
That last one, I don't really want to touch that. Stay far away from that. But you said you want to take one of these two, right?
yeah,
But we gonna have this.
yeah,
Let's see if we can get this on the back end.
yeah.
If we can walk away with one of these,
We
the next
solid.
pick is this. That's a deal.
Yeah.
So, which one do you want to take from these two?
I like the versatility of the pick.
1-3.
Yeah, 1-3. Versatility there is just, I think it helps us a lot.
Okay.
Not helps us, but puts us in a better position.
We taking versions of players, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
We're gonna take.
Pacers version of Paul George.
Cool. Where your head at, Mike? Talk to me.
Let me hold on. Let me erase some off my list.
We took PG.
So we still
the
got-
Knicks still up there too.
No, we took Walt.
Oh right,
We still got Clippers, Memphis, Portland, Washington, and Charlotte.
Yep.
That's players that jump off. I don't think Wes Unseld ringing no bells, bro.
No, Elvin Hayes is probably higher than him, but even then, I'm just out of the know with Elvin Hayes lore mostly.
Damian Lillard still is an option.
We just picked up Walt Frazier though.
That's true. We can go like
We can go one of the
Alonzo.
sauce.
true. I was thinking about we can leave the Hornets up there. Ain't nobody.
Yeah,
ain't
that's
nobody
the
saying-
last team
What's
drafted.
what's the team that's the deepest up here?
So we got the deepest here would be the Blazers. They got Clyde Drexler, they got Bill Walton, and then they got Damian Lillard.
I think we go Clyde then, right?
You think so?
Or you say we go Bill Walton?
I think there's not a wrong
It's-
pick there. Bill Walton did win an MVP there. Clyde never did that. His peak might be higher, but Clyde was that for 10 years in Portland.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more about personal preference. We got what? If we do draft him, then that means we don't need another center for the rest of this draft, so he can be our third string center, which again, I'm not against. One of the best passing centers of all time. But that also does eliminate us potentially getting like Elvin Hayes or Wes Unseld later, even though Wes Unseld's 6'5", it felt like, so he can run some floor.
Mm-hmm.
He might be, again, we talk about just the prime version of him. Bill Walton might be the best player on the board.
I like it too.
Y'all might as well take Elvin Hayes.
Yeah, go Bill Walton. Go Bill Walton.
We're going to take that 2-year span of Bill Walton.
So the
2.5
Blazers are
KD.
done.
Oh, my
Right.
fault, my fault.
Would that leave Charlotte, Washington, and who else?
The Wizards.
No, Memphis.
These are my two.
It's 4 teams left, right?
Yeah.
I didn't realize he made
Yeah,
2 all-defensive
I
first
was-
teams here.
Bill Walton?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
To signify,
Yeah.
well,
those are the two that I was really looking at too.
whichever one you want, you draft right now.
Man, that's tough. I'm gonna go. We're gonna take.
Wait.
Whichever you want. Wait a minute. Don't take the one you want.
Wait. It's still between these two. But just looking at the rest of the roster, looking at the rest of the roster, I think we take the top one. Because the bottom one, he got the versatility, but the position he played, we got 3 guys in front of him. The other guy, he's strictly that. I like the explosion.
Yeah.
I like pairing it with a recent guard we took. We saw what they did together.
Just we know they're talking Blake Griffin, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I love that passing ability of the other guy. Though.
Of Pau Gasol. Yes.
Yeah.
We know y'all don't have to speak in code. There's only a few teams
We
left.
gonna speak in code?
We know exactly what y'all thinking.
We can go Clippers, Blake. I
We
ain't
gon-
mad at that.
We taking Blake Griffin.
Okay. That leaves,
Speaking in code, make it fun.
not for the viewer.
They know who we was talking about too. I hope. Sheesh.
With that leaves the door for us to get Pau Gasol though, right?
It does.
Okay. Dude, is that just a full stop? We don't even need to conversate about it? Pau Gasol's right here?
Yeah. Again, is Memphis the deepest team? Well, I feel like it would be.
Yeah. I mean, we're down to last 3 teams anyway.
Take Gasol.
Take Pau Gasol.
Gasol.
Now it's between Charlotte and the Wizards.
Yep.
Kemba Walker, John
big
Wall.
there's a big difference here, right? Kemba Walker, John Wall.
That's crazy.
Take Rod Strickland.
You want John Wall?
Take Glenn Rice.
Give me 1 second.
Take
Bless you.
Thank you. I'm looking at the Wizards stuff.
I mean, at the end of the day, these last guys
Can
are not
we
playing.
have fun with the last pick?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. I got last pick.
Okay. Yeah, this guy's not going to play. It's a 15-man rotation. 15 dudes can't hoop in the same game. So if you want to have fun with it, get us like a locker room guy. Oh, I know the guy you want to get. Is it the Hornets? Because I'm assuming they're taking Wizards.
It was a dude. No, it wasn't the Hornets. I had a dude on the Wizards, but I'm going to think of a dude real quick.
I think they're going to take Wizards.
He gonna take Jordan Poole.
I think they're going to take Wizards because they actually have like Hall of Famers. And the Hornets don't got that at all. Sorry.
I'm just looking at our
Unless you
roster.
count Lonzo.
We got
Mourning.
Hakeem, Shaq, Jokic. So we don't need another center. Power forward, Tim Duncan, Barkley, Blake, Bob Pettit.
Bro, it's going to look so bad. We got all these legends up here, and then we just got like a random player. It's going to be disrespect for the legends of that franchise.
Yeah. But hey.
We don't have no choice. We're going to take Wes Unseld.
Yeah. That's what I thought they were going to do.
So we got the Hornets.
Mm-hmm.
He finna take LaMelo.
Oh, jeez.
We going to take Malik Monk with our last pick for the vibes.
But, you know, you getting that version of him. That version of him wasn't really on vibes. He was down in the tank because they suck.
Yeah. But that's why we're bringing him on our team. So the vibes going to be high.
Okay. All right. Hey, that's the oh, no. Coaches, jerseys. It's back on y'all.
Coaches, I guess. I mean, we go right back. All the teams are gone.
No. You just coaching resets everything.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, reset everything.
Theo Jackson.
Greg Popovich. Those top 2 candidates.
Give us Phil.
I was thinking Greg.
What's the argument for Greg over Phil Jackson?
There really isn't one.
Okay.
Let's get the dude.
We're taking Phil
Phil
Jackson.
Jackson was carried by Tex Winter.
Let's get the
And
dude.
then we got Phil. We put in Phil with Michael.
Let's get the dude who be coaching
Phil
circles
with Michael
for
has
people.
never lost in that finals.
Coaching what?
He be coaching circles around people.
Who are you talking about?
Eric?
Eric Spoelstra.
No. And all times, the fact that he got no coach of the years is great. I think we just go Popovich to even it out. Those are the 2 best coaches.
Yeah. That's the default answer.
It's sometimes the default answer is the right answer. We're going to take Pop.
Jerseys.
My favorite is the Sixers with the ball going across.
2001 era, black.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan would look terrible in that. He would look terrible in that.
Hell no.
You think so?
He really thinking about it.
I think that jersey would look good on anybody.
Please don't spend 10 minutes trying to figure out which jersey y'all choose.
I thought he had another. That was
No,
my
we
first
could
jersey.
take
We're
whatever.
going to do a home jersey and a away jersey.
So we'll take that as the way. Our home jersey.
Wait. It's back on us.
Oh,
Our jerseys, and we got Kobe Bryant. We're going to do the Mamba jerseys.
Let's
He didn't even
he
talk.
drafted.
Right,
He
he
drafted. He drafted.
He didn't even talk.
That's
to
what
you
Camille
about it.
did to me.
I mean, it's jerseys. It's not
Bro,
going to
can you
help them
please
play.
get a new fucking phone protector?
It's crazy because they can't even understand like what you mean. But like my screen, I got the plus phone, but my screen protector for the regular size phone.
Oh yeah.
Now, when you say Mamba jersey, you mean the one with the snake skin? The black one? Okay. Guess it's our jersey, guys.
And then for the home,
Is that your home or away jersey?
I think those are home,
away, right?
They're
Those
black.
black.
They're black.
They're black, but I want to say they wear those at home.
Y'all do wear them at home, or they
Yeah.
did wear them at home.
Our home jersey. Our home jersey is going to be the Chicago Bulls jersey. We
Yeah,
want Mike
that's-
to be comfortable.
That's where I wanted to go. That's the best.
But we don't
jersey
got
of all
Jordan
time.
on the team.
So,
It fits better when you fit the player with the
so
jersey.
now we need to pick a Bron jersey because we got
Yeah, I was
Bron.
about
we
to
might
say
as
is
well.
a-
But this has to be like a Heat jersey.
But at least,
because Because I don't really like the Cavs jerseys.
We could go like
Y'all can go another Laker jersey.
Celtics green for Larry. We can go KG with the.
Ugh, Kobe and Celtic green.
We could go the Minnesota Timberwolves
Ooh.
one with the.
I
Kobe
might mess
trees
with the
on it.
Timberwolves
That's what I'm
one.
saying.
The Timberwolves one might be hard.
Y'all could go with like. the
Hey, we
Bulls.
don't need
the
no
Bulls sleeve
input from
jersey.
you.
I hate that.
We don't need
I'm,
that.
Let's do the
I'm trying to
KG
send them
ones.
off.
They not finna fall for
we
it.
taking the KG jersey 2002.
Instead of sending them off, beat them.
Both our jerseys black, by the way.
Oh, y'all do?
Brilliant idiots.
It'll be all right. All right. Start lineups.
Our starting lineup will be Steph Curry at the 1, the great, the GOAT, Michael Jordan at the 2. We have Kevin Durant at the 3, Tim Duncan at the 4, and Hakeem at the 5.
It's a nice lineup, man. Y'all did a great job. We're gonna put Bron at the 1, Bean at the 2, Bird at the 3, the Ticket at the 4, and Kareem at the 5.
Damn.
Oh yeah, that's going 7.
Y'all
We got
big.
size. We got
Y'all-
size, baby.
I was very interested where y'all was going to go with Bron.
Yeah.
That was going to determine the lineup.
Our bench: Shaquille O'Neal, Oscar Robertson, Kawhi Leonard, Charles Barkley, Nikola Jokic, Bob Pettit, Chris Paul, Paul George, Blake Griffin, and Wes
I
Unseld.
can't wait for Bob Pettit to check out. He finna have the same jumper he doing my team.
Hell yeah.
Our bench
Finna
is
shoot right over Malik Monk.
Isaiah Thomas, Will Chamberlain, Dwayne Wade, Karl Malone, Dr. J, Walt Frazier, Luka Doncic, Bill Walton, Pau Gasol, and Malik Monk.
I wonder how people gonna look at the lineups and be like, they either gonna laugh at it or they gonna be like, what the hell?
Well, you know they make the graphics for
Yeah.
Twitter, and Twitter's gonna be like, why the fuck is Malik Monk in this draft right now? Oh yeah, our coach is
They go
very
like, they
confident.
forgot David Robinson and Scottie Pippen.
Yeah, because the tweets don't give the whole story of
Where's
what's going on.
Dirk Nowitzki?
Where's
Yeah.
Dirk?
Where's
Oh, yeah,
Dirk?
Dirk's
That's a real
James Harden,
concern.
Iverson.
Yeah, whatever we do with the tweet, we gotta let them know you can only pick one person.
Or we just let them. Just
Yeah, I enjoy them being stupid.
go like where's the person?
Sometimes no context is cool. Let them just.
But
run
the
with it.
context clues be there, and they still just don't be catching.
Yeah.
KB be like, we're blindly ranking. I literally saw a
Yeah,
video
yeah.
yesterday, and the dude was in the comments like, dog, they are blindly ranking. Because somebody's like, man, how did they end up at 5? And the dude was like, brother, it's blindly ranking. Once they put them there, they had no choice. And the dude was like, but still. And the dude was like, bro, I'm just done talking to you. Because it's like, what don't you
I'm
get?
glad he decided just to leave it alone.
The blindly ranking comments will be funny because they be acting like we have complete control of the
Yes.
list.
They be like, man, they crazy for not putting them in number 1. Yeah, because we just knew that it was gonna be number 1. Like, what are you talking about?
As long as the graphic created has everybody in the right jersey and we don't get Braun in a Heat jersey and also Wade in a Heat jersey, then I think they'll be able to put it together. Or they could just link the episode. Come watch the episode
Just
so you
watch
can
the
get
episode.
everything. You can get everything. I thought that was one of our best drafts we've done.
Yeah.
I had fun doing that one.
No, that was fun. That was
Hey,
real.
you came with your A game, boy.
You let us know in the comment
Proud
section
of
who you think won the draft.
That's our lineup though. That those two going head to head.
Yeah.
It's gonna
That's-
you know
that's
somebody's gonna put it
crazy.
in 2K.
Somebody's gonna put it in 2K. And make sure you put our lineups right, damn it. Put Braun at the 1.
Brian to 1.
The Cavs, Bron, though. It can be Heat, Bron.
Yep. Cavs Braun. Cavs
Can be
Braun.
Heat, Bron. That's
What
gonna
made
be
y'all choose Cavs Bron over Heat Bron? Which
Because we wanted Wade still on the board, basically.
we also they didn't choose which Cavs Bron.
oh my gosh, Derek.
I think that's valid, though. I think that's valid.
Both is still
Which one should we go with?
a little bit.
Oh, I
older.
thought this was the E. That's why I said
You
good.
gonna say the young one?
I was
Yes,
thinking
the
young one.
MVP one. The one that was
the old
carrying.
one is Waz.
And I mean, he got the greatest moment in Cavs history, but I was
Yeah.
thinking 100% younger.
You put that young one on that team, and the Warriors don't
He's
have the
just a
same.
freak athlete out there.
Yeah. It's a fun ass draft, man.
Now I want to go back and watch like young Bron.
I
Just for
bro,
the fun of it.
I think I said this last episode. I watched 2012 Game 7 versus the Boston Celtics. He had 48 back against the wall. Because if they lose that game,
Yeah.
the whole Miami Heat experiment failed. That's two
Back
back-to-back
against
years
the
where you
wall.
don't get anything. Dominated.
He was locked in.
Come on, bro. That was
Don't he
phenomenal.
The
don't he got
last-
on a mask too?
Not
No,
that game.
The
no.
last time he was there too is when he left the Cavs. Remember when he walking out of the Celtics
Mm.
and he take off the jersey? That's the last time he played for the Cavs.
Oh, that's where that one picture come from where he's like on his knees and he looked
Yes,
locked in.
with the
Mhm.
Heat. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's that game. His first game
It might
ever.
be the greatest game of Bron's career. No
his
joke.
first game ever was against the Celtics too.
Greatest game of his. Maybe. I think about that game 1 against the Warriors.
I think
Ooh.
about the one against the Pistons where he scored like 28
Oh,
straight.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that one was. I remember being a kid. I was on I forget. We went to like
Let's see if the
Memphis,
internet
and I was
says.
in a hotel watching it. I'm like, this.
That game 1 against the Warriors, though, it was like him going against KD's.
Yeah,
KD,
he was
Yeah.
incredible.
It's just
Steph,
tarnished because they
Clay,
didn't
Drake.
win.
They didn't
Yeah,
win.
they
It's
didn't
like,
win, but it was like he had 51 on them, bro. And it was just like pure dominance.
All right, here's an article of the greatest games in LeBron James' history. Never mind. This shit got. I don't care about the regular season games.
We
I mean,
should
they
we
should
should do
matter,
that.
but
We
not
should do
that.
that
What
for.
was it? The Garden game was the guard. Didn't he drop like 60 something in the Garden? Or
They got the
50
number
something?
1 game versus the Cavs in November. I mean, versus the Wizards in November. We had 57. It's
Oh,
a great game. Don't get me wrong.
Where he hit the bank shot?
Yeah, it's an amazing game, but like the stakes weren't high because it's not the play. I want his.
We
most
should do that for an
iconic
episode.
games.
We should all get a player and we should come back with a top 5 greatest greatest games, and we should go watch the games.
Not against it.
Those games would be too long. Mike and Darrick ain't doing that shit. Mike just looked at me like, "Boy, shut up."
I was thinking about who would I bring?
I got a guy that I would bring.
Who?
I would take Chris Paul's greatest games.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
You're gonna have
'Cause
the
you-
one against the Spurs, game winner on one leg. You're gonna have him versus Steve Nash to win it to what, triple overtime? Is that game go to triple overtime, double overtime? You're gonna have
Suns,
his closeout game where he did not miss a fucking
Hornets Suns?
Yeah, he did not miss a game when he played for the Suns. That's gonna be up there.
He didn't miss a shot.
Yeah, what I say?
Didn't
miss a
Oh, yeah, he
game.
didn't miss a shot for an entire closeout.
Damn well,
game.
he missed some games.
He definitely missed some games. Trying to think of some other Chris Paul ones. Sheesh, yeah, those would be my top 3 off the top of my head. In some order, some other way.
I would
I'd
pick.
probably do Kyrie or KD. Kyrie, you got the Spurs one. The 55 was 57.
James Harden gotta have some crazy.
Oh, there's so many
They
games.
all
The
happen
triple
in one
double,
month.
triple double against the
triple
Knicks.
double.
Yeah, and the
Yeah, I
guard.
don't even know what. There's just so many damn James Harden games. I don't even know. which
Yeah,
one
it got to a
choose from.
point where like those, it literally didn't mean it didn't mean as much when you heard that like
We got
James
so
Harden
used
had
to it.
37, 12, and 13. It's just like it's
Another
another
day at
day
the
off.
office. Yeah, another day at the office for him. And again, all of that happened in like 1 month's time, bro. It was like January, February of that year. He was just on a whole nother level.
I just don't. How does that feel? To like as an individual, to be on that level for that like stretch.
I think
Like-
we know how I feel based off how these dudes be. When we be sitting up here like, man, why he can't accept that he's just a bench player. He's not the same guy. That would be very hard to accept that when that was your
To me,
reality.
So like you in the best league full of like the best players in the world, and you walking around like they really can't touch me
can't
on this
stop him.
court.
And
Like,
then we
that's
sit
just
up
gotta be the
here
best
and we be
feeling.
like, why don't he feel like he's still an all-star? Because 2 years ago, that's what he was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Life comes at you fast, especially in a sports world, bro. It's just crazy. You got a guy. That's how baseball, like every sport, be like that. Where like there's a year where a dude hit 50 home runs, and then slowly gets away from being a 50 home run guy, and it's like, it's hard to just accept the fact that you're not that guy no more. It's very hard when it's like, bro, 2 years ago, I was a top 20 player hitting 50 home runs. I was a 30-point scorer. And now
Who
y'all
was that?
think I'm
Andre
also-
Drummond, who was talking to them kids, is like, I used
Yeah.
to be a $100 million man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now he on
That was a great message to that
he on
basketball team.
minimums.
But I think Andre Drummond has done a good job of reshaping his career.
I think so too.
It's all about you got to capitalize. When you do mess up, you got to bounce back and just find a way to.
I think
turn
that
something-
was his.
turn some good out of it.
I think his point was he did a good job reinventing himself, but he shouldn't have had to reinvent himself so prematurely.
Mhm.
Because Andre Drummond just turned 31 or something probably. If that is
Yeah.
I know Drummond. I'm saying that because I think Drummond is
I
older
feel like
than
he
me.
got to be older than 31.
No, if 31 might be the highest you can find him.
He's 31.
31.
He just turned 31 in August
He do not feel like that. I feel like he been in the league for so long.
because he was a kid. He came in at
He
a
really
teenage
was.
year, 1 year at UConn.
Damian Lillard better shooter than James Harden.
Yeah.
Okay.
What stats you looking at?
Nothing. I'm
For you
just
to ask
thinking
him
about
that.
3-point shooters again.
if he thinks Damian Lillard is a better shooter than Ray Allen, I mean the only other person he's going to say no to is Steph.
Steph Curry.
The dude who Steph Curry records was breaking, you just leapfrog him. So yeah, I don't know who else he could think is better than Dame.
He's a better shooter than Larry Bird,
Yeah.
Kevin Durant,
Yes.
Reggie Miller,
Yeah.
Ray Allen. We already talked about Klay Thompson.
Yeah.
Only Steph
Some of
Curry.
these
in this.
names you hear, you thinking about it, but it should just automatically be yes. If you just
Game,
feel
I
that way
love you.
already.
Thank you for sending my boy them shoes and following him. Not better shooter than Kevin Durant, bro. Cut it out.
I'm not mad at the argument.
I am.
I just don't agree with it.
Kevin Durant, are you shitting me? Ray Allen, come on, man.
Are we-
Unless you're talking about strictly 3-point shooting.
Yeah, I was talking 3-point shooting.
Darrick,
What?
I see that Kenneth Walker is still doubtful.
Yeah, he's still questionable.
I don't think he practiced yesterday.
No, he didn't. He didn't
If
practice Thursday either.
If he don't practice a whole week, I don't know how they think he can run.
Well, they probably, they managing that quad. No, it's an oblique actually. It was questionable. It actually just changed to doubtful.
He didn't practice.
Yeah.
If you don't practice on Friday, 2 days before kickoff, you're probably not playing that Sunday.
So I gotta adjust my lineup.
Or
That's
trade.
fine. I won't even. When you trade, you can't use them for a certain amount of time.
Is that so? If we made a trade right now, you could put him in your lineup today.
Nope.
Oh,
Where did that rule come from?
That's how I was in the other league. Like
It's
when
a
you,
whole different. It's a
oh,
whole
well, I
different.
don't know what it is like in this league, but I remember when we made
let's
that
give it a
trade,
try.
I couldn't use those players.
Let's give it a
immediately.
try. Let's make a trade right now. Let's
Was
give
it
it a try.
during the plan? I didn't have a problem using the players I traded for.
No, yeah, it was just like that week we had to keep, and then the next week those new players was on our
Right,
team.
because you probably was trading during when they were playing.
Oh,
How much is the Tua injury
You can't trade a
Concern
player
you.
in the middle of a game
Yeah,
and then put
no.
him in.
as fantasy? Obviously, again, there's a whole different things with Tua's injury that we mentioned on, but you have Tyreek Hill on your team.
How does that? Well, I mean that sucks because I don't know. You need a good quarterback to have like good results here.
Because he's a deep ball player and everything.
know.
We watched that backup, bro.
First of
Golly.
all, no quarterback should be wearing 19. Take off Adam Thielen's jersey, please.
Skylar Thompson.
Why weren't they more prepared? It ain't like Tua got a flawless injury history.
I still think they be wanting to pay them. Backup quarterback's still expensive as hell, especially the good ones.
It's worth it though,
In
because
this
right now
case,
you would
yeah.
It
you'll
should
be
be
decent.
decent.
I got HN.
He
and
was going crazy.
He's such a pass catching back that I'm slightly worried, but he also catch a ball 2 yards out and then run for 26 yards. He spazzed. He had 26 fantasy points for me the other night. But I wonder how that affects Waddle and how that affects Hill and some
Well,
of
I
the
see
other
how it affects
type-
Waddle because I'm going against Waddle this week.
And he didn't do
Well,
anything.
Tyreek also they was like
He put up 6.5 points for Austin. I'll
yeah,
take
they
that.
wouldn't let Tyreek do Tyreek things like
oh no, he was only getting short passes.
This is
yeah.
from our group chat, and the tweet is from Jared Smola. Hates to do this, but Tyreek Hill averages with Skylar Thompson. They played 3 full games together in 2022. He had 9 targets, 5.3 catches per game, 46.3 yards, and no tutties. And then Jaden Waddle was 5 targets for about 4 catches and 37 yards. So if history repeats itself,
my first
pick
could be
is-
looking a little bad. But
sell him now.
You might want to start dangling him.
Sell him now. He's still Tyreek Hill. You know what I'm saying? He's going to have some big plays. And we don't even know because the concussion thing for the NFL is so weird. He might get cleared to play next game. It's more like, will his staff and will he
I
want to?
honestly would keep Tyreek Hill for now. Ain't no rush because what's gonna happen is he's not trading them to you. You have nothing. You don't have shit over there. I don't know why you keep telling
I don't know,
everybody
bro.
every time. Somebody,
I'm about to be 2-0, so I must have something.
who are you playing? You barely
know.
beat Smalls.
I have no idea. I had the 4th most points in the league. Barely beat Smalls. He had 5th.
He
That
ain't
can't
have
be
more point-
nothing.
he
I ain't
ain't
like
have more
Austin who has 70 points for the whole week.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. We had 4 teams that put up 70 or lower.
I had
So,
99 points.
in this app, can you put like a nickname next to your player?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't
I
know.
was,
I
look-
saw that.
I was looking
saw
at some of
that,
these
yeah.
nicknames and I'm like, this one kind of crazy.
Yeah, AJ Brown it says always.
You
open.
had 2 more fantasy points than me last week. That's a catch. That's a catch in 6 yards.
My team is way better than yours
We're going off the results. Your team performed 3 points better than me last season.
in 1 week. Yeah,
And you think how much better they gonna perform this week? You think?
but KB, I had no second running back.
What does that have to do with anything we're
Look
talking
at
about?
Tank Dill.
I'm saying
nickname.
you didn't outscore me, and I didn't even have a second running back in. I had Chase Brown in. Jordan Mason is going to play that. I think I'm going to heavily outscore you.
Maybe.
I think I'm going to have. Ain't no maybe. I think you asked me
Maybe.
how much do I think I'm going to outscore you.
Okay, how much?
Heavily.
Give me a number. What is heavily to you? Is that 10 points?
Well,
Is that
let's
20
just go.
points?
What are you projected to get this week?
Projected 102.
That's it. I'm
102?
projected like 90. I'm projected like
Okay.
80 something.
I'm projected 99.
You're projected 99?
Yeah.
Oof. Seem like you ain't got shit over there. But you're going against the worst team in the league, so that's a win with 99.
I'm so
If I was going
glad.
against you, I would have win. I don't think that they're gonna.
But why'd you ask about projections then?
No, I was just curious because I don't know. I couldn't remember your team off the top of my head. Who's your quarterback?
Daniels, who was quarterback 3 week 1.
He's gonna have some tough weeks. It's a rookie. It's all good, but he's gonna have some tough weeks.
He's going against the Giants this week.
I'm so glad.
Who's your running back?
H.N. and James Conner.
Oh yeah, I got Breece Hall, Jordan Mason. My wide receivers are Mike Evans and Cooper Kupp. That's the one thing that I think the app they can't put Cooper Kupp up too high, but I think he's going to outperform his numbers again just because obviously there's no Puka.
I'm expecting a
crazy.
good game from CD.
Yeah, I got 2 injuries, big injuries.
Who y'all
the
going
first
against?
week.
They are going against Nola.
Yeah,
Kenneth Walker and Puka Nacua.
Marshawn. What if
Oh,
That's what I'm
Marshawn?
just saying.
What
You
if
have to do
Marshawn?
something. I'm not saying with me, but you have to
What
do
if
something.
Marshawn Lattimore do that too?
Hey, I'm just happy I make because it was a
I
decision
just want a tight.
between-
I want my tight end to show up. Trey McBride, pop off. I'm tired of seeing people tight ends not do nothing.
It was only 1 week.
But Kincaid just played for.
Oh, he didn't do shit.
Yeah,
But luckily he's on Reese's team and Reese had Cooks.
Yeah.
And Cooks
No,
went.
no, he-
he's
Cook
fast.
went
I
crazy.
thought he was on Mason team.
Oh, is he on Mason team?
No, he not, because Cook, no.
No, I'm talking about Kincaid.
Oh, I think so, yeah. You talking about the tight end, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. He didn't do anything. He only had
Oh
5
no,
points.
he had Khalil Shakir. I just remember he had 2 people playing. Shakir had 8 points in the blowout. Take that. Yeah, I mean, tight end is just gonna be a spot. I think. I don't know if we're gonna get some super crazy games.
Except for
They got to be
Isaiah
super
Likely.
crazy, but like
What did he have last year?
Kincaid
last week.
he was projected to get 8.5 points. He got 5. Like that's 2 weeks in a row where get your number. Just get your number. You don't
Yeah.
have to like have
I'm
17.
hoping Travis break out. He come out and do his thing.
Who they got this week? Do you remember?
The Bengals, I think,
Yeah.
because one of the corners from the Bengals was talking crazy, and they like, why y'all giving them bulletin to board work?
And apparently this is a very good matchup for Pat.
So I want to go back
for
to
him.
Darrick again. I'm just I don't
Travis.
mean that it has to be me, but are you trying to make moves to compensate
No.
for your injuries?
He's gonna go 0-6 before he really like last year.
yeah.
Last year he went 0-6, and it was just like
You got to pick up some phones, bro.
he's doing that. It ain't just you. So I'm not saying it to be on your ass. He's doing that. Reese is doing it. I hit Reese up just to talk. I'm just trying to see. And he's like, oh man, I ain't work. It's like you should be worried.
Reese told me he's not doing no trades till after week 2.
He told me he might not do a trade till week 4. And I'm like, hey, I'm good. I don't need to force a trade. I'm just checking the temperature on different things. But y'all gonna wait till y'all
Oh, you know
4?
what John said after week 2? And I said, bet, because I'm calling about Jonathan Taylor after week 2.
John gonna end up either he gonna make a crazy trade or he not gonna make trade.
This is
no
the
trade at
message
all.
Reese sent me 2 days ago. I'm gonna tell you like I told KB. As far as my top players, I ain't trading till at least week 4. I've been doing this too long. Hey, you've been doing this a long time. I'll leave you alone though. But when you 0-4, when you 0-4,
We got John this week, so he gonna get a win, I think.
when you 0-4, remember I was trying to hit you up because now I'm not gonna mess around. Same thing with Austin. Austin, you
Because Olave
drove.
didn't do a damn thing
Here's-
week 1.
Hey, Lil Drills and Co. team so damn weak.
They just made a move as we talk. I don't know what they did, but I got them.
I
looking
think
at
I'm,
so
I'm probably
weak.
gonna win this week.
You
Think
said
so?
it's so weak, Mike.
They real weak.
Yeah.
Who you got? You got Mason?
Yeah.
Oh, because Tua.
And he had
His quarterback
Tua
gave him
and,
nothing. Oh, Kincaid.
Kincaid.
Yeah, I think you
I'm
can
going-
walk out there with a win for sure.
I'm going against T-Raw. He had Josh Allen on Thursday, but
Josh
he
Allen.
only had like 9 or 10 fantasy
Because
points.
Cooks was making all the touchdowns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they didn't need to do anything.
Yeah, it
after
was
that.
a
They won by
blowout.
so much.
Yeah.
That was his second round pick, by the way.
He took
Who?
him that early?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's like, I don't like anybody else on the board.
It's crazy.
I forgot he did that.
He was QB1 last week though, so it's not. He gave him
What would
31
he be this
fantasy
week?
points. Oh, he's gonna be like QB 20, 30 with 7 points.
He had 7.
He had
Those
9.
nine.
9.6 or something like that.
But like that's just 9.7. Yeah,
CJ Stroud plays Chicago. This should be very
That's
interesting.
a Sunday night game.
excited for that one.
We all gonna
excited.
be,
Even
we
though
all
we got
gonna
all
be,
the injuries.
we all gonna be huddled around watching that one.
Mhm.
Yeah. The Bears defense looks so good, man.
There's like 7
Did we
games
get over
tipping off.
150 passing yards?
Who?
Or total
Can we just get
yards?
100
Hot-
passing yards from
Yeah, I
Caleb
think he's
Williams
gonna
this
have a
week?
really good bounce back.
I think
Yeah.
this week.
I mean, it was rookie QB first game,
But
jitters.
Rome and Keenan are both out, right?
Oh, Keenan's
Keen's
confirmed out.
I know.
I thought he didn't practice yesterday. I just always look at Friday night no practices or Friday no practice meaning that you're just not going to play Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, true.
it depends on the
Keenan
NBA.
Allen a big vet though, so we'll see. I'm gonna go use the bathroom. Y'all can wrap it
I
up.
don't even know
whenever
who
y'all ready.
some other receivers on the team. If those two guys are missing, who else? Cole Kmet, big game?
Nah. You just expect a lot from DJ Moore. But that also means defense is just going to be like, we're just going to let
We can count on 24 points a game from our defense, right? That's what
don't
happened
think
last
you-
week.
no.
It has to happen every week, right?
Nah,
I
Caleb
don't know if you
Williams.
can count on that, bro.
DeAndre Swift going to have a much better game. One thing, the O-line just got to have some pride. That's the big thing for me. You just can't get kicked in the dirt like that, man.
I don't know anybody on the front line for the Texans, but I'm assuming they got some beasts out there based on last year.
I mean, that O-line our O-line just got to be better. I don't know what they got.
And you
But-
know what? They look kind of okay in preseason, so I was a little
They
excited
did,
about
but
them.
like when it got to the real game, they was just getting blown up.
Shaking in their boots, man.
But hopefully, it's a lot better.
It's a road game too, right? It's not at
Let's
Soldier.
see. I don't know. Let's see.
I think
Who's
it's on
that?
the road. I think it's in Houston.
It is. This is gonna be. I don't know.
I'm looking at. Hold on, let me make sure this is right here.
Hey, we appreciate y'all watching, or it's in Houston, watching or listening to this episode of Numbers on the Board. Be sure to hit us up. Let us know which team you thought was better drafted. Was it me and Mike? Was it P and Darrick? We appreciate y'all as always. And next time you see us, we will be ranking the top 10 small forwards in basketball. I already know that I got RJ Barrett at number 7.
Oh, now.
We'll see y'all soon.
Peace.